All right, good evening, everybody. Hello, AD2L community, and welcome to the Explorer League Grand Finals, MTL Forever Young versus Breaking Ben. I am your panel host, Rusty Shackelford. I am pleased to be joined this evening by Hungry Phoenix Persona Off and
Yep.
a special guest from Golf Tuesday. We have Clippy.
Yo,
How are you lads doing this evening?
excellent.
Excited for some Explorer League Dota, the finest that we have to
Beyond
offer?
excited. It's actually the best content out there.
I'm really looking forward to this after digging into what these teams like to pick, a lot of their drafting tendencies. I think we're going to see a lot of fun strategies, some cool heroes coming out. Clippy, your team, Golf Tuesday, played against both of these teams during regular season.
We have. We won them each time. Both teams.
What do you think is the what would you say is the strength of MTL and then Breaking Ben coming into the grand finals here? What's been their bread and butter that got them this far?
Well, although I don't think we saw it, I think at least with MTL, I know going into draft, we both really wanted Juggernaut. That's like the Explorer bread and butter right there. I think at least back then it was we got away with it at the beginning. You ban like Ursa first round, and then you like first pick Jug, and then you're like smooth sailing from there. Which if you look at MTL drafts, you see it literally all the time. Juggernaut pick one, over and over. I think when they played against Mittenses, they got Juggernaut first pick both times. And so it was like we had like a cold war on like who got Juggernaut and who didn't, like who was gonna have to spend the ban to get rid of him. So I think that's the bread and butter. And wait, did they actually get it? They got it. I wasn't looking. Oh my god, they got it.
MTLFY snapping up that Jug.
Holy shit.
The Jakiro tiny response here. So
wow. Do they also really like the Dawnbreaker pick? That's where we went wrong. I don't think we banned the Dawnbreaker. Maybe those for the other team. That might have been for Breaking Ben, but I know that rocked their shit.
Nami Mommy getting a lot of play at all levels. Very versatile hero.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to see, if one of the teams actually get it here, where they put it. If they go, I mean, you could put it pretty much anywhere. I think the other golf boys they run it like one, and then like on their supports too. So I like to see where that gets flexed if it gets picked.
Banned, sir. It's been banned. It's been taken out of the pool.
Yeah, I'm crying this time. But I'd like to see it. I want to see it.
Now, if anyone's been paying attention to the Arlington Major that's going on right now, we've seen a lot of Tiny and a lot of Viper. Mr. Phoenix, as a Viper spammer yourself and also someone who follows the professional meta, what do you feel like is the strength of these two heroes that's had them so prominently featured lately?
I mean, Viper is just an absolute lane destructoid dominator, and so he just basically just dumps all over the enemy carry, and then your team can kind of rally around him as this like turret. With the 15-minute shard, he can actually like push buildings and finish games. I'm interested to see that Breaking Ben. They should have known the Jug is coming, so this is their prepared answer in the Jakiro Tiny. So it'll be interesting to see how that sort of pans out as the game goes on. I like that MTL took away the Viper. It's quite good against Jug in lane. So they can just throw it on support if they really want to, and it's still good for them. So I give the slight edge to MTL in the opening stage.
We've seen Breaking Ben pick up this Tiny oftentimes for mid, and Jakiro another staple pick of theirs. So perhaps a bit of comfort, but also nice deep push, nice catch. Obviously a lot of bursts coming in from Tiny. Maybe able to throw in a less mobile hero like Viper too, even. So look forward to see how that plays out. Breaking Ben ban out the Hoodwink, which has actually been a staple mid of MTL a couple of times this season. So valuing to ban that out, I believe that they picked the Hoodwink mid against Breaking Ben earlier in the upper bracket finals.
Oh.
So a bit
So
of
they
a
get their
pocket
hands
pick.
on the Razor. This is probably, like, I'm assuming this is an offlane Razor. Matches up pretty well against the Juggernaut. If it is a Viper 5, I'm a little bit concerned. But it should be okay.
Now, Clippy, I see that Breaking Ben chose the Razor when they faced off against you guys. What did you think? Was that a strong fit that fit their playstyle back a couple weeks ago when you saw their Razor?
I think, oh man, way back when they picked up the Razor, I know that caught us off guard. Especially when they ran it mid. I don't think our mid player really ran into it a lot. And I think it went a long way, especially early on, I'm pretty sure. But then with that like BKB refresher, that's like the staple. I'm pretty sure that's what they picked up. Yeah, that was definitely a tough
Ooh.
answer.
Ooh,
That's an
interesting
interesting
response here.
Very interesting response, yeah. So that shifts the Viper away from Pause 5, probably. So now you have Warlock Jug against Razor, which
Classic.
pretty good. I mean, if Razor finds your Juggernaut, he links him, Jug can run away,
Right.
and Warlock drops the ult to make the space. Good pick. Warlock's a good hero too. My only concern is that Tiny can kind of feed on him if he's not careful. So hopefully he recognizes this, buys some stat items, maybe a couple fluffy hats, a couple bracers. Try to get himself outside of the burst potential. Oh, I like this pick.
Ooh,
Ogre Magi too.
Yeah,
that's
Nice
based.
synergy. Nice synergy with the cores, Jug and Viper,
yeah.
both very bloodlustable for sure.
So do you think this Razor is gonna be mid?
I'm not sure. Breaking Ben, they've had the Tiny mid and the Razor, but it
I
definitely,
know.
both of them have a multitude of positions that they can go into. So I think they're still flexible. Maybe they're looking for something with the Dispel now, with the Viper, with the Ogre Magi, the Ignite, the Poison. Some sort of hero with a Dispel, like maybe a Phantom Lancer could look pretty decent for them. Not sure if that's in their repertoire.
That's
Puck.
the mid.
Now
They love Puck mid. That's where I throw my money.
I like this hero. I like this one.
I like
There's
that
not
the
a lot to
Tiny's.
keep him locked down.
Yeah, I like that the Tiny's not mid because you've got three relatively hard to kill heroes. Like Ogre's super tanky, Viper, even if he's a support, his passive makes him pretty hard to burst, and Jug has spin, so it's hard for a mid Tiny to combo people in Snowball. So I like it. The Puck, like you said, it's good right now. There's only one stun, or one, I guess, reliable stun in the Ogre Magi. So it's a pretty free Puck game so far.
Puck is Breaking Ben's one of their most played heroes.
Yeah.
Seems like it's either been banned or picked up quite a few times this season. They're mid Atrux, quite the Puck picker. So looking forward to that one.
We also have a pretty standard draft in terms of the meta from the Dire here. The Jakiro is a little bit not picked up as much in some of the other divisions, but the other three heroes, I mean, this could be a PSG LGD draft right here.
Very true. I mean, even Radiant, pretty standard meta picks too.
Yep.
Jug, the Viper, Warlock, Ogre Magi. He's been seeing some play, but kind of in the same vein of Jakiro. He pops his head out or his head's out from time to time, I should say.
Yeah. Warlock
pretty-
is Very good hero right now.
Pretty good puck game, all things considered. Not a lot to keep him locked down. Well, really only the Fire Blast is hard lockdown right now.
Yeah, so MTL are looking for either a 2 or a 3, I'm assuming. If they wanted to go back to the olden days, the classic counter to puck was Dragon Knight. That hero is not as strong as he used to be, but still could definitely work. And they would have nice follow up with the Ogre Stun as well. Yeah, and then Breaking Ben, what are they looking for? Probably a carry.
Yeah, carry. Yeah.
Yep. I think PL was actually a pretty good suggestion, Rusty.
The puck, oh, the puck is on their side, so yeah, I would not mind a PL. Another slippery hero would probably be tough for MTL to deal with.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do any picks from earlier in the season stand out, Clippy? Anything that either of these teams seem pretty proficient with that might be a solid pickup as we see MTL's pick coming in here?
Oh,
Well, they picked up Skywrath. Cool. I was gonna say something, but it was not gonna be that. On MTL. But on Breaking Ben, wait, they're picking it right now. Drought, yeah, that's another one. Not gonna guess that one.
Okay.
So this is one that they busted out last week against Lemon Snow Cones that they had some great success with. So Breaking Ben going back to maybe a bit of a comfort pick here with the Drow. And the Skywrath opting for that Ancient Seal to hopefully provide some silence for this puck. Alright, well we've already got some exciting picks coming in that last phase. Let's get some predictions going. Why don't we start with you, Clippy? Who do you think has the edge here in the draft?
You know, I really like, well, you know, they got the Jug, pick one. I think, you know, as soon as MTL got that, I just know from experience, like if this were a Golf Tuesday and we let them get the Jug, you know, I'd be a little scared myself. I'm gonna go towards the Jug. I'm gonna go towards MTL, I think.
Alright, one on the board for MTL. Mr. Phoenix, who do you think has the edge?
I think it's a really, really good puck game, but I'm not a believer in Drow Ranger, so MTL gets my vote as well.
Oh,
I see. You know what? I like what I see from this puck. I think that the tiny burst combo is going to be tough for this Skywrath mid. I'm going to go with Breaking Ben here. A bit of underdogs with the stand-in. They ran into some rules infractions issues with the admins. And their replacement captain, Daddy, was unfortunately removed from their team for the season. So playing with a stand-in, the king without a crown. So we will see how that goes. But I'm going with Breaking Ben, game one. I am going to believe in the Drow. So I think with all the predictions in, the players about to be loading in, I believe it's about time. We're going to kick it over to our fabulous casters here to bring you this best of 3 grand finals. Breaking Ben versus Mary Todd Lincoln, Forever Young. We've got Key and Licky the Cow. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Rusty. It looks like there was actually a slight pause in the draft there as the team literally paused for some reason. But we're going to be into the game very, very soon now. No worries at all. But Key, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Licky. It's fantastic to be here as always. You know, we were able to cover the Crusader Grand Finals last season, and it's an honor to do it again, honestly. It's always a fun time, so...
Yeah, it's an absolute blast. I mean, these two teams, I had the pleasure of casting Breaking Ben versus Lemon Snow Cones beforehand. And that series was just like an absolute treat. Just watching the way that they played. I've already had the opportunity to talk a little with Scotty from Breaking Ben in post-game interview, but then also on Discord, and it's just super cool to see them play as a team. But then also, the fact that I believe 3 players from Breaking Ben are actually in the EU region, so they're playing in a completely different time zone. different ping, everything on top of that. So they are they've already got their backs up against the walls a little bit in terms of just like getting into AD2L and then just playing the game of Dota. On top of the things of having, you know, a stand-in, as you can see, Scotty started out with the 4 daddy there, so they know what they're
Yeah.
playing for.
Gotta shout it out. Well, one other thing that the panel perhaps slightly missed, this Drow versus Viper matchup. Drow is one of the only heroes I really like against Viper offlane. Like, this is a Pot of Lust classic. We slayed Grin Scythe with this because Grin Scythe are like huge Viper offlane players, and Drow has a really favorable lane against Viper. And they don't have catch for this Drow at all, so I really like Breaking Ben's draft in that regard. But
So-
always scary against the MTL Jug.
Would you say that the reason that Drow is beneficial into the Viper is because you have that range and also like the potential kill with slow? Actually, wow, they're about to just run into each other here. Pohoro's about to break an MTL smoke. The spin's coming out from Conry here, potentially going to get first blood onto this Jakiro. Needs a few more hits coming in. Nice fairy fire from Jakiro, going to delay this a little longer. And now Kino going to get turned on as well. The hits from Aoreth is going to get the first blood on Pohoro here. Plasma Field also picked up from the Hawk or the King Without a Crown. Stand-in managed to get a trade kill. But let's see how these
Kino just
runes
so
trade
tanky.
over.
Like any other hero, Kino probably dies first, but able to stay in there and they're able to secure the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Shadow Word on top of just the natural Ogre regen, so, I mean, what is that? Shadow Word is 18? And then, is that total or per second?
I think it's per tick.
Per tick,
Yeah, per
okay.
second. Yeah.
So that's an insane amount of HP regen for already a beefy Ogre. But it looks like Ogre's gonna be top with the Viper into this Drow Jakiro. And then we have the Puck mid against the Sky. And then we're gonna see the tiny Razor bottom against the Jug.
Yeah, like Drow's one of the few heroes that can just trade. Obviously, like she has an orb too. And against this like double slow lane, Viper has to be careful. Obviously, like the slowest hero in Dota. So like the first levels are very critical. He does have level 2 now at least. So that'll start getting better for him. But ooh, Altric's getting low mid.
Yeah, Aelrith as well tanked quite a few tower hits, but I mean, a little about this Puck Sky matchup. How exactly does this go here? Because the silence obviously incredible into Puck, but you do have the ability to dodge some spells. We can just hear Otrix just phase shift off a right click, but instead got the concussion shot.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely one of those like it's rather volatile. Like both of them can kill the other pretty easily. I think Puck's kill potential is like slightly better at level 6, but if you get caught out, like Puck's HP pool is not very good, so at least relative to Skyrim's damage.
Yeah, definitely have to be careful. It might just be like a Yule's game for the Puck here. Difficult to play into an instant silence always.
Yeah, the nice thing is like there's no follow-up necessarily, so I don't know if Yule's first item would be the best, but you're gonna need it eventually because like there's Ogre Stun to follow up, but you may or may not have the range to follow up on Ogre. Like it's kind of weird. You have to like catch Puck after the Puck goes in, pretty much, which is pretty easy to do, but not like ultra reliable.
So far, everyone's kind of even in CS. In reference to their lanes here, I mean, both Razor Jug 11-11, and Viper's only lagging a little behind on Cheeseburger.
Oh, the Tods.
Oh, Enigma's gonna be thrown back, but has another Shadow Word, so this Warlock hero's kind of okay with this Raz. Oh, up top, Pohoro though. Dies to the tick damage of the Viper and Kino. Oh, great stun to keep the Viper player alive. Jester will be able to back up and tango.
Yeah, huge stun from Kino. Yeah, this Ogre pick is really nice. I mean, you know, these ranged offlaners, all they really love is just tanky people to stand in front, and Ogre is the tankiest of all the people, pretty much.
I'd say that there's like maybe 2 better pairings for this Viper in the offlane, and that's like Tusk and then Marcy.
Yeah, true.
Because those are like actively like probably the most oppressive lanes I can think of to have. Oh, I love the build that Jester's going for, the Wraith Band into Nulls. I'm a huge fan of this. Tried out a little bit when the patch came out, but very value items for this Viper hero.
Yeah, the hero likes mana, so it's a perfect little item for him. Do you think the boots will be another big spike for him as well?
Oh, Aeloreth diving the tower right here. Manages to get the kill on Otrix, but the return orb able to catch them both.
You definitely gotta alternate the IME when you make a play like that as Skyraf.
Yeah.
Both water runes just sitting there in the mid lane wondering what happened to the 2 laners.
Yet to be claimed by either of them. I mean, so far these lanes are, I guess, they're still a little even overall in the way that the fact that mid is a little behind, but then, for Breaking Bend that is, but then bottom is going pretty darn well. Could be going a little bit better, I think, in terms of denies, but I feel like, Conry's getting a surprising amount, in this lane as the Jug.
Yeah, and I think this Jug is definitely like their win con by far. I mean, you know, if you get a Blink Dagger later on with Jug and you get to the point where you can like at least threaten to quote unquote one-shot the Jug with your ult, that's really what MTL need for like these team fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Aelref is 6, but no point in the ultimate right now, so just opting for a little bit more damage.
Yeah, probably doesn't have the pool to sustain it. I've seen a lot of mids guys do it, where they like max out their QW before going for the ult. Oh, good silence actually gets a good amount of damage onto Otrix right here, but there is a stick, plus another phase shift, but Aeloreth now just gonna get some clicks in onto Otrix. The coil does come out. As long as this isn't broken, Aeloreth is just completely fine here. Nice solo kill.
Yeah, even forced out the TP from Tiny, so and now Scotty cancelled, so no mana, or at least only had mana.
Oh, dive up top, Jester. Caught by an ice path. Koro is gonna claim the kill up top. Got a little too over-aggressive, maybe.
Yeah, tried to cut the wave, but again, Drow and Jakiro will slow you pretty intensely. But you gotta try it. It does have damage, so in a pretty good spot in that regard. Yeah, Razor sitting on 38 CS, so definitely in a great spot right now for Breaking Ben. Despite the death mid.
I'd like to point out that Razor actually has an extra circlet, and it is completely the fault of Valve for messing up their quick buy, because now more often if you like buy your items in like quick succession, you end up getting like an extra stat item in there. And
oh, wow.
they have yet to fix this bug, so casual 155 gold or 150 what, how much is this item? Honestly don't know. 55, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely get me, because I queue up like 4 items in advance, so
Yeah.
just buy like 2 BKBs at once or something.
Big damage again onto
Omni
Otrix.
slash out bottom.
Oh.
Without a
Not
crown,
enough damage.
it's fine. That extra circlet.
All part of the plan.
Yeah.
So, I have a question for you about Omni Slash and Static Lane. Actually, hold that thought, as Scotty's gonna TP in. Also, top lane Gesture. The coil can immediately gonna snap with the toss there. Very nice play, but Aeloreth still gets the turn kill first. Otrix gonna fall once again. DD Rune's gonna be left mid. Let's see if anyone wants to snag that up.
I think they're gonna try to hold it for the puck. They'll probably be fine. The puck will get back, and I don't think Warlock can walk over there, so.
Yeah. Aelith actually did pick up a Veil pretty quickly, so playing a little Veil around here, but oh, nice deny from Enigma. Clutch play. Also just gonna force some spells from Scotty, so now this is Tiny again, walking around with very little mana.
It was a nice gesture, but sometimes you just gotta take the DD.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger in a great spot up here. I mean, 11 CS up and 12 denies, so again, I think Drow's like one of the few heroes that can really nullify like the Viper offlane advantage. Question is, can Drow the hero work like come 15-20 minutes
down
into?
bottom plasma field. Oh, the face boots keeps Jug alive for a little bit longer.
Not quite. There will be a TP from Kino down here though, so even more space for topside.
He's gonna get a stun off, but the Iron Storm popped as well. That's a lot of damage popping off into this ogre here, and it looks like Kino's gonna die. TP not gonna amount to anything. Yep, comes out.
Look at that.
A little spicy.
Look at that.
Yeah, Razor off to a great start. I mean, both side lanes for Breaking Ben doing great. So a lot of the mid game pressure for MTL is gonna have to come from Aelrath. And the Veil is online, as are the Trinkle Boots, which I like actually. Trinkle Boots allowing to move around the map even more. But oh, Arcane on Puck.
The ward does
Viper.
scout.
Viper top.
Oh. Caught with the very last clicks from Cheeseburger there, but Jug also, Connery has made their way up top, so deciding that bottom is no longer a fun place to be. So it looks like they might just sack this tower.
Yeah, I like it. And they can just move Viper down there for the time being. The one thing MTL's lineup is kind of lacking is like long range wave clear. So I think Viper's like the only hero that can really go bottom and do that right now. Oh, Viper actually coming top, so it looks like they want to pressure the tower with the siege instead, which makes sense. They do have a healing ward with Jug, so. Aelrath still pushing in mid.
Being annoying with the Veil. Running onto Puck right here, but Otrik's now going to pop the Arcane Rune plus the coil. It's going to snap, so Aelrath should die if Scotty pops the spells. There we go. Punished for a little bit of a dive there.
Yeah, and there's 4 Breaking Ben heroes mid now, so we might get a little bit of a tower trade here, but it'll be a 2-for-1 tower trade.
They're going to send Kino to be the first line of defense for mid, but I mean, if Breaking Ben get this is definitely worth for them. That top tower is going to fall regardless, but getting this mid tower early is very, very valuable.
Yeah, so much pushing power with Drow, Hero.
Yeah,
Even 2 points in Liquid Fire for Pahoro, which I really like. Just recognizing like their early game advantage against the lack of wave clear, so really nice by Breaking Ben there.
Double
Oh,
tumbler.
and to answer your earlier question about Static Link and Omni Slash, I don't know at all.
Because
I don't even know what the rest of the question was, but I don't know how it interacts. Scotty?
Aelrath, Veil puts the silence off onto Scotty here. There's a follow-up stun from Kino if it's needed. It's gonna claim the kill. Cheeseburger maybe a little too far here. Does not have a TP actually. Oh dear. This Drow's in a spot of bother. Great 3-man silence to delay, but Jester is here. They're gonna have all the damage they need to claim Drow Ranger. That is a few heroes committed for MTL, but I think a very worth kill to get if you're committing that many heroes.
Yeah, definitely. Drow just caught a little bit out of position there, but nice follow-up rotation. Like they got the Tiny and then just went and continued for the Drow. So nice aggression, and Connery in the meanwhile just farming topside, so got some space out of it as well.
Yeah. What my question was gonna be, because Omni Slash gives bonus damage, right? I was gonna be like, if Static Link is an effect, and your damage is gone, do you just deal no damage during Omni Slash? Or does it, like, count your, like, normal damage, not, like, what your current damage is? But I don't know.
I think Static Link does not steal from the bonus, I would imagine.
Yeah, so I guess you're always at least doing
The minimum.
30 damage with your swipes, which, you know, isn't a lot, but it's something. something
Yeah,
to test, maybe.
For some reason, I want to say that like whatever the damage is when you like first cast Static Link is like the damage that you're stealing from. And, like,
Oh, the ult's gonna get popped. Mystic Flare not gonna catch the Drow Ranger here, but now Scotty going forward, gonna get a great Ava onto 2. The toss back, it's gonna catch a few here. The coil as well onto 2. The Brock's gonna drop with the Fatal Bonds. They're gonna claim Scotty Fierce, and now Otrux tank the Viper Strike and a lot of poison attacks as well. Drag the Dual Breath, claims both Jester and Aelarath, but now the Hawk fighting against this Warlock Golem. Enigma is going to lose the Golem, is now going to be left alone. No minion to help, so we'll have to TP out just barely on a sliver of HP. A very large fight down the bottom.
yeah, Enigma played that fight so well. Like it was looking pretty good for Breaking Ben, but the upheaval and the Fatal Bonds and the Golem just allowed them to get so many kills, and you know, even escapes without dying to the Razor at the end there. So, and the whole time Con refarming. So I think the Juggernaut recovery has basically been complete. Honestly, I mean we're talking Maelstrom now, already almost, you know, a quarter of the way to Mjolnir. So pretty huge fight for MTL there.
Yeah, and I mean, this is as the panel was talking about, this is a very favored Jug hero, so they kind of know what they're doing, playing around this hero and playing around the timing. So having Conry just have this free game does not exactly bode well for Breaking Ben. I mean, I feel like they do have not exactly hard counters for this hero, but like somewhat answers to the Jug. In this like Razor, in like the potential of the Drow. Oh, Mystic Flare. Aelarath's gonna claim another. 5, 4, and 5 now in this guy.
Yeah, it's some classic Skyrath gameplay. You know, some deaths, but also some kills. You know, you want to keep like an even ratio just to keep yourself honest. Just kind of the nature of the hero. You know, like you're so squishy, but you also just do so much damage. Working on the Aghanims, which I actually do like. You know, being able to silence multiple targets. A lot of Breaking Ben's heroes, I would say all the heroes beyond Drow, like really rely on their spells. So silencing multiple targets, getting slows on multiple targets is going to be a big deal. MTL are smoked.
They might just find Otrix here. They're gonna see the orb go over for sure. But let's see what they see. It looks like Cheeseburger's gonna be the one to get caught out here. Viper Strike plus the Fire Blast gonna bring the Drow down. Scotty next one on the menu right here. Mystic Flare gonna be able to claim the kill, but Otrix, does he want to go in? Is gonna cast the coil onto 2 right here. But now the silence is gonna go away, so he's gonna be taking a whole lot of damage. But he heals up into the air defensively to keep the puck alive, but the silence now comes out, taking huge damage from another toxin. Now the Hawk here has all the spells up and running. The Storm? Oh, Enigma, I think, can't keep you out of this one, but we'll drop the rock nonetheless. We'll try and get a turn kill, but the minus armor from the Eye of the Storm will be enough to claim this golem very quickly.
Yeah, pretty. It was a great initiation for Breaking Ben. I mean, the fight went on so long that we, you know, if we look at the top, we forget that Drow died at the start of it. But, you know, they got the catch onto Drow and to Tiny, but the rotation from Razor was just really, really nice there. And, you know, didn't even have the BKB yet and got it in that fight, so going to be an even more annoying hero to deal with. 6-0 and 2 now. I mean, just doing fantastic right now on the Razor.
Yeah, and I mean, has the Refresher queued up next. I feel like this is an excellent double BKB, double Eye of the Storm game for Razor here. Like, we've seen a lot of Razors, you know, they pick up maybe like 1 or 2 items before going for that Refresher now, maybe like an AC or like a Shiva's or something like that, but I'm not complaining with the straight Refresher rush this game.
Yeah, no, this game seems really good. I mean, you see it in these fights, like, the Ogre just gets all the armor shredded and then, like, dies instantly, and, like, the Warlock has no armor, so, like, if Razor ever gets on top of Ogre, same thing. Now there's, like, a BKB to deal with. Oh, Smoke Up's Breaking Ben, actually.
Where are they gonna find? Kino's the one at the bulwark here. Oh my god, the Hawk's gonna pop that BKB, but that doesn't do a whole lot for the physical damage of the Great Conry right here. But now, Static Link full one's gonna go out. Just on the other side, getting chased down by Otrux over here. The DD Puck is gonna claim a kill, and now going back over to the Razor. Looks like they're not gonna be able to complete that, so they get a pretty favorable trade, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how you want to use your BKB, so I think they'll definitely be happy with that. Nice smoke, they got the vision down, we're able to kind of single out the Viper. Skyref hates playing into BKB. I mean, it's, you know, that's the whole thing with the hero, so at least for the time being, that Razor BKB is going to be very, very hard for MTL to deal with.
Yeah, and they really only have like one stun to start things off to like prevent a BKB from coming out, and that's the Ogre. Or, I mean, they could drop Golem on someone, but that's certainly not your fight starting.
Yeah,
so
if anything, you would want the Golem like after BKBs.
Yeah.
Because like I will say that when Razor's BKB gets lower, it will be a problem, at least pre-refresher. Because like that fight, it was a 9-second BKB, and like if it was an 8-second BKB, he might have died to Skyref combo. So that is something to watch out for. But as long as King Without a Crown can continue to like time that BKB duration really well, then should be just fine.
I literally just realized, but Chaotic Offering nowhere says in its tooltip that it has a stun.
It does in the description text.
Am I blind?
It doesn't say it in the tooltip.
Oh,
but
stunning
like,
enemies for 1 second. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
actually can't see, but that's wonderful. Okay.
And if you alt press it, it also notes that spell immune units or something.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it just
Alt.
doesn't say like the actual numbers for it.
Oh, Drow actually went Maelstrom. It's about to be completed right now, so it has the Dragonlance Maelstrom. Perhaps to keep up in farm. I believe Cheeseburger did something similar to this in this series I saw. Versus Lemon Snow Cones. I don't remember exactly what off the top of my head, but I remember a Maelstrom on a hero that eventually doesn't go Maelstrom.
Tier 2 Gone top for Breaking Ben. They're gonna at least glyph here. I wonder if MTL wants to rotate or looks like they want to for now.
If they're able to pressure high ground, I think I would like to see them do that, but it seems like they're gonna TP back to the tier 3 to try and can't really mount a defense now that the tower is gone, but I guess respond to this push nonetheless.
I feel like the smoke up from Breaking Ben like immediately after taking the tower. They actually might find Jug, who's kind of like a
And
tactic
they start
here.
on him right there. They're gonna get the static lane. Henry's gonna pop the spin, so there's no chance for this Omni. If the Hawk can just stay on him, he might not be able to get this kill. But also this BKB is running out soon, so Otrix is gonna get the kill with the coil there, but now the turn, they dodges out the Mystic Flare from Sky, IFAP down, just to get this puck out. So they're gonna get one kill and bait out a few ults. On the other side, Enigma's caught out on the Warlock as well. And that was Rock used to try and keep the Jug alive, so some big cooldowns committed here.
Yeah, definitely had to use Rock there, but like, again, such a nice smoke from Breaking Ben. You know, they saw. I don't know if they saw. I don't know if they saw the Viper and Ogre rotate back bottom, but whenever you make a TP, it either has to be as a group or at the very least, you have to understand that you're going to show an important hero on the map, and that puts the rest of your heroes at threat. And, they just got caught, but it was a really nice move from Breaking Ben to set it up as well. And they just have a lot of caps and damage and stuff.
No, they have a fresh Aegis.
Honestly, I feel like if they had given Aegis to Razor, it might have been better. I'm not sure, but I think it's like one of those things where like, if you're owning this hard, like I would be asking for Aegis if I ever owned a game this hard. I'll let you know whenever that happens, but...
Oh, Jester TP just barely gets cancelled by Scotty. This ward giving them the information they need. They're gonna use the coil plus the link. Hawk looking for a high five, but the dead Jester will not be able to give it back. Kino, though, maybe? Will not oblige with the high five. But...
yeah, nice catch by Tiny. I mean, Blink Dagger online.
yeah, and Scotty's going for this Lotus next. I mean, this is a pretty solid Lotus game. Some good stuff to dispel. Bonds, Ignite, the Silence, Reflect Viper Strike. Maybe even Omni Slash, Kino. It's a little far forward. Scotty in the back line's going to throw Alorath back onto the Razor, into the waiting hands of the Hawk. Hawk gets his prey here. another bird, and now running up to the high ground. Kino, what are you gonna do here? The BKB is pretty good against this ogre hero, but now the 4-staff away. Tier 3 is still kind of hurt this early into the game.
Yeah, nice catch there. I mean, Skyrath's just under so much threat now with the tiny blink.
Yeah, there's no raindrops of any kind on any heroes on MTL right now, so on the flip side, Scotty does have some raindrops of his own. So.
And I like how Breaking Ben have itemized with like the 4-staff on Jakiro. I mean, they have Pike on Drow and Blink on Tiny, so they have, you know, all this like mobility and ways to like deal with Skyrath ult and BKB, you know, on Razor. So they definitely have done a really good job of like countering how MTL's heroes want to play. I mean, even Viper like hates playing into 4-staffs and stuff like that. And 10k gold lead right now. I mean, you know, sitting in a really good spot for Breaking Ben. But Jug about to have that Manta, that's going to be huge. You know, they need another way to push out waves, and Jug Manta will definitely allow them to do that.
Yeah, they've, I mean, kind of yet to have like a fight on their own terms for a while now for MTL. I guess, what do you see as like either an important timing for them where they can once again get these fights in their favor, or at least start them how they want to? Because for the past 10 minutes, it feels like Breaking Ben's kind of had their run of the map. So like, what do you think changes things for MTL?
They're gonna have Ags and Skyrath relatively soon, which is actually a pretty big deal, because the only BKB on Breaking Ben right now is Razor, even though Razor has 2 of them. I think that it's probably Blink on Jug. I don't know if Jug will go Blink Dagger, but they need a way to jump like the Drow, I think. Or, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of tricky. Like, they need a way to protect their Skyrath, but I don't know, honestly they need like a tanky item.
Oh, Ruby's gonna jump here. There's a Manta available, so we'll pop it. Gonna pop the spin though, but the physical damage from the Hawk still goes through that magic immunity spell. But now Kino here, caught by the coil, is gonna break it actually. Now the Hawk here, with the second BKB, just gonna run down Jester on the other side. Aileroth as well, getting chased by Otrux. A massive team wipe for Breaking Ben here in the top lane. And they are indeed all dead.
Yeah, I mean, Jug gets caught out there. I mean, what I was gonna say, and then Breaking Ben provided a really good example of it, is like, it's really hard for MTL to initiate fights because they have no one to stand in front. Like Ogre's a very tanky hero, but once you have Eye of Storm and Drow, there's just so much physical damage that like none of these heroes stand in front, and this is kind of like the drawback of a Viper off lane. And so they kind of need someone to be tanky enough to stand in front. I just don't know who that would be. It's probably like Viper AC would be their timing, or like Jug with the Scotty would be their timing type of thing. Or Ogre with Halberd.
Oh, coil. The Yules just come out preemptively, so Aileroth will get the Mystic Flare follow-up there. The Rock was dropped as well, but the Golem taking quite a bit of damage. The heals do come out now. Jakiro getting caught out here. Conry has the spin to stay on top of Jakiro. They do get the tower for that, and 1/2 of the top racks. The tip comes out. Not sure what that's about, but maybe just a little mental damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other way that MTL can take fights. If Puck like messes up their jump, you know, obviously Skyrath has a wombo combo that does a really good job of dealing with Puck. Yeah, I think Ogre, it's either Ogre Halberd, like Viper AC, something like that, or like Jug Scotty, because they need one person to stand in front, such that Skyrath can play so far back that Tiny just will never find the Skyrath. I think if that happens, MTL will have like a really easy time taking fights actually, even with the like double BKB Razor and stuff. Eventually, this Razor is just gonna like, it's not gonna fall off, but what it's doing in fights, once like the heroes that die very fast get health pool and armor, like it won't do as much. So MTL kind of just have to play for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's trying to
Scotty right now, like that's definitely like a step in the journey for them.
Yeah, that plus a shard, and the Mjolnir is gonna pump out quite a bit during the spin, which seems to be what Conry's building for. I mean, we've seen the spin as kind of like a double-edged sword so far. Does allow the Razor to kind of run you down, but potentially with the Shard and Scotty, things will change.
Yeah, it's always hard to itemize in games like this, because it's just like, Breaking Ben drafted such a good mix of like magic and physic damage, that it's like, you know, BKB by itself doesn't do anything, which is Jug Spin, of course, and like raw health doesn't do anything by itself, and then there's a Drow on top of everything, where it's like even raw armor doesn't do anything. So you kind of just need items like Scotty, or items like Halberd to just straight up prevent the Drow from fighting, which they are itemizing for. So you know, I like the Force Staff on Warlock as well. That'll also be a big help. Like both teams are very vulnerable to being Force Staffed, honestly.
Yeah,
like it's just like a really valued Force Staff game.
It's like kind of the best item here. There's a smoke from Breaking Ben. There's a completed Lotus Orb on Scotty here. Looks like the Hawk was actually going for an AC, but swapped over to the Hex. So we've seen this Refresher Hex in a lot of the PGL games, but super value pickup if he can get his hands on it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I like to do when I have extra gold. Just like I buy casual hexes so much, but it's like twice as value when you have Refresher.
Yeah. The potential for just 10 seconds worth of disable. Feesburger a little far away from their team. Does have a 9-second BKB to maybe cover their behind as they hang around bottom, but looks like they won't get caught out just yet. But Scotty is potentially hunting for someone right here.
Yeah, Breaking Ben doing a good job of slowing down the game, just waiting for the next rush, it appears. Looks like a relatively long spawn, but you know, they went high ground and got a Rax, but also lost their puck, so they might be a little hesitant, especially with the Warlock ult available. So probably just want that Aegis.
Yeah, I mean, Fatal Bonds is just no joke when there's a Sky and the Jug in the game.
Yeah.
Just a little risky to go balls to the wall, I think, for Breaking Ben, but they're fine right now. I mean, they have really nice wards around the map, which will pretty much spot MTL if they make a move unsmoked outside of the base. So they're kind of okay with playing split. And I mean, if one hero can play alone, it's going to be this Razor.
Yeah, they definitely cannot kill him. Like, I mean, even if they somehow prevented the BKB from going off, like, they would also need to hold him in place for Scarafult. Like, there's just like so much you'd have to do.
Yeah. The Hawk does have
They're
a
gonna
ward
try.
right here. Let's see how this plays out.
1v5 is still pretty hard, so maybe they can do it.
They caught a glimpse, but this Razor actually still has 485 movement speed, and now we'll spot out the fact that there are heroes present, so they actually just don't have anyone fast enough to catch the Razor.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah. Yeah, they need like... They need Blink and Basher on Jug. Like... I don't know which which order is better. It's probably Blink first, but they also need this Scotty, so it's like...
I have to say, maybe, I don't know, I feel like perhaps the Mjolnir first was a little bit too greedy, and maybe you go for like the Maelstrom Manta, because the Jug really didn't go for any fights until the Mjolnir was completed, but then by that time the Puck had a good enough game to get these like silences off, and the Drow Gust was in play, so perhaps that would have given you like a slightly earlier timing to control a game.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like
I would
the
agree with that.
damage from that is enough to like turn the tides or anything.
Yeah, no, I think that Manta, even just for pushing the map, would have been better, but also for farm efficiency. Because Mjolnir's great, but like, it isn't like a PL or anything where you just need to rush it. It's more like a luxury item. And I think against lineups like Breaking Ben's, you are better off not going luxury items per se. DD on Drow, so Roshan's gonna die very quickly. Shard is available for Tiny, Puck, or Razor. feel like I don't think you give it to 4 Tiny, so probably Puck. Yeah.
Given it to Puck, I mean, it's not the greatest shard. I think Razor should take... Okay, Razor is gonna take it, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, Razor's like probably second.
Yeah, this shard's kind of like a meme, but then like also kind of good, because there's quite a few spells that are gonna be like targeted on, plus like the attacks coming out. So,
I mean, I think it works against like Ogre multicast, so you're just gonna take like more damage on Ogre if you get stunned.
that would be kind of funny. I mean,
Never
it's not
target the Razor with Ignite, or you're just gonna get like, 600 damage.
Yeah. They are closing in on their lanes here. Top, of course, is going to naturally push out since they have those melee racks, but all lanes pushing in and MTL kind of hemmed in their base.
Yeah, the slow siege will begin.
Hawk does
They
have
even
that
have a
Hex.
Hex now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Oh, Ob's Ward placed down. Who's going to go risk taking it out? Looks like Jester's going to be the one to claim it real quick. And meanwhile, Jakiro's actually doing the sieging mid with the Liquid Frost and Fire.
the Ignite.
Oh,
wow,
ooh,
okay.
Mystic Flare. Gonna do a little chip damage here. Lotus as well, gonna reflect and ignite back to Kino. It is only on cooldown for 30 more seconds, so not bad of a... Oh, BKB is gonna come out. Looks like it's gonna be the Razor. The talkback of the Catapult, that's not gonna be the right play, but they're gonna be able to get the Jug out.
Nice
They didn't get the
man.
chain hexes in time, but the physical damage again is enough to go through that spin. Now the Hex going off onto Ailerat right here to Hawk, taking up so much real estate in the Radiant base right here. Now the Omnisash is gonna come out onto the two heroes. It's gonna go solely onto the Razor. A lot of damage now, turning onto Cheeseburger right here, but the Hurricane Pike away. Gonna put him into the hands of the Warlock Golem, but they've lost Jug here. No buyback. Kino walking forward, looking to make a play onto Scotty. The Age is back though. Cheeseburger gonna pop this BKB, and now gonna turn onto Ailerat. The dead buyback's available on the Sky, but Cheeseburger just rampaging through the base, looking for the rampage of his own, but Otrix is gonna claim it, but now the sounds coming out from Ailerat, the clicks. Cheeseburger, he potentially go for this play right here. He's gonna get the sounds, gonna get the kill, gonna get the rampage. MTL torn to shreds around their tier 3, but have not called GG just yet. They're looking to maybe stay in this game.
I mean, let no one say Cheeseburger did not work for that rampage. After getting it stolen by Otrux, like we'll say that's live on stream because it was stolen by the Puck there. Decided to continue on, walk through a Mystic Flare, almost died to the Skyraft, and finish the job. That's like the finishing touch you like to see. First death of the game for King without a crown there. The second BKB ran out, but it didn't matter. I mean, they forced all the buybacks, and Drow was just pumping out damage with the Mjolnir and the the Axe Shard and all that stuff. So it'll be Megas at least. I imagine it might just be the game.
I don't see how they hold it. The coil potentially gonna snap here. It is, but they don't have a ton of more damage left. Oh, apparently the Drow could just die to Kino's Fire Blast here, plus potentially the Corrosive Skin. The Ancient is exposed though. The Jug is up in just a matter of seconds. So let's see what they plan to do. Jester's gonna pop the BKB, gonna see if he can find anyone. Hero 4 staff away, so MTL's gonna hold with one building. Ochucks back up to the high ground, gonna get a proc off onto the Warlock. Let's see, Goro, Ice Pack, nice catch onto Conry right here. Now Scotty coming in, the Hex. The Jug is gonna be gone once again, but the turn of the Mystic Flare to spin. Jug actually survives for once after all this burst, and now they're still just eating into the throne, the two catapults plus the Razor and Shakiro. And it looks like Breaking Ben are gonna force them out by taking down the Ancient.
Yeah, well played game overall for Breaking Ben. I mean, King without a crown, looking to collect a crown here tonight, and 12-1-10 performance on Razor. That's a great way to start. But Cheeseburger on the Drow, the panel wasn't huge fans of it, and as we were about to take it back to them, they didn't know about the secret pot of lust Captain Revamp strat of Drow versus Viper right there, and it worked out perfectly for Breaking Ben.
Yeah, they definitely had the correct ideas coming to the draft and coming into the game, and it seemed like they really just knew what timing they were playing for and were able to execute. But I'm not going to break it down any further because we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with our panel to break down game 1, and then go into the draft for game number 2. So don't go anywhere.
All right, everybody, welcome back after a brief intermission. We are here in between games 1 and 2. It's your host, Rusty, joined once again by the fabulous Clippy and Hungry Phoenix. We just witnessed the conclusion of game 1, a pretty decisive Breaking Ben victory. What do you guys feel like was main key to their success? And if you have one, give us an MVP for game 1 here.
I mean, my MVP is the king without a crown, without a doubt.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Same thing on me. Yeah.
That is the Hawk, aka Razor.
Yeah, aka the Razor.
The Chad himself. My favorite build I've ever seen on a Razor. I really like the refresher site. I think that wins the content of the game. How do you make that into MVP? Most valuable content producer.
Indeed. So, if you guys had to break it down, we saw a tough one from Mary Todd Lincoln. They fell behind early, never really were able to claw their way back into the game, especially after about the 20-minute mark. What do you guys think went a bit wrong for them, and how would you like them to adjust going forward?
I mean, I think the Skywrath Mage didn't really work out. Like, he had a really good lane, but it didn't really transition into any of the side lane objectives being taken. And I think part of the issue was that they don't have a hero to go in. Like, Skywrath and Viper both like to kill people when they have some sort of setup, right? Some sort of like Marcy or Tiny or Tusk or something like that. So addressing that in the draft for MTL, the ability to kind of just like go in and go ham, I think will help them tremendously.
All right, Clippy, any adjustments you want to see coming out from the MTL boys for game 2?
Yeah, for sure. I don't even think it was like again the Jug pick is like their classic. It's the go-to, and they weren't able to get the value out of it. So I think it does come down to, like Skywrath rocked mid lane, but then coming out of it, I don't think they were able to outcompete Breaking Ben in the in the phase afterwards. And if that lies on some better like initiate and like getting the fight started and getting someone in there, that could be the game changer. And yeah, no, I think they're capable though. I'm excited to see this draft. I think they might see like something totally new here.
All right, well, perhaps we will. Breaking Ben showing that they know how to shut down that Jug first pick. They had some nice answers. Some solid bursts, some good silences, which can always be tough for Jug to play around. But I think the big thing was this Razor simply dominated the lane and kind of snowballed out of control from there. 12-1 on the Razor, BKB, Refresher, Scythe of Ice. We even saw the Rampage from the Drow Ranger at the end. That was pretty hype. So all enabling this sort of dual core lineup of Breaking Ben. And they were always going to scale nicely and have that early game dominance too.
Yeah, and I really like the Puck Tiny. I was gonna say
Mhm.
like that was really fun to watch.
You can toss people, break the coil. You already naturally have one of the best puck counters on your team with Tiny. And overall, the heroes just work well together. A lot of burst, a lot of catch. Some decent team fight from the puck too. So perhaps we'll see some of these heroes removed from the pool moving forward.
Impossible. We were talking in the green room about how a lot of these games is just there's a lot of like running at each other and spellcasting and brawling. So I think MTL, if they're gonna play into that, they need to pick support duo that can accomplish those goals. I think like Ogre and Warlock is maybe a little bit too passive for that play style. So something a little bit more active. With stuns. I mean, Ogre has a stun, but basically Tusk. I just want to watch some Tusk.
Maybe some Earthshaker, we
Did they
see a
pick
lot
Jug
of
one
Earthshaker
here?
at the
No.
major.
Oh, so they
took
go away
Jakiro.
from the Jug.
Yeah, no Jug 1. They're going off, yeah.
They take the Jakiro, a staple hero for sure.
Especially an Explorer.
Yeah,
Staple of
yeah.
both teams throughout the season.
Yeah,
Oh.
and RD2L as well. This is what like often it's like a default pause 5. It's just it does absolute ridiculous amount of damage. A nice stun to follow up with like other stuns. Like it's a good second stun. Good tower push. Easy to play in lane. Yeah.
Yeah, Jakiro's a bit of a sleeper, nice pause 5 right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good to play.
The only downside is the hero's slow. He's very
So
slow.
slow.
And we tend to see a lot more fast heroes being picked nowadays.
Radiant's turn to pick.
They answer with the
Puck
Venge,
again.
and there's the Puck.
Oh,
Yep.
nice combination here. Being able to snap the coil with
Snap the coil.
swap is always a fun bonus.
Yeah. Do we think this is a support Venge, or do you think we have the option of running core?
10 seconds.
I'm betting
don't-
it's a 4 or a 5.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
don't.
think, Flippy?
I think if I remember right, we banned Venge as a support, and I think they ran last week. They ran at 5.
Hmm.
Because I remember this is something we thought about was when they have Puck like so much, like it's a staple mid for them. Having, like you mentioned, breaking the coil with the swap was
Yeah.
that was something we were really afraid of.
Huh.
We got dragon
Here's some
teams.
Winter Wyvern.
That's 2 D push heroes for the Radiant. That's
It
interesting.
is. And everybody, we've got a fresh voice joining the panel here because we've just been joined by Fred Bug of another Explorer League team, Pot of Gluttony. Fred, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I am so ready to watch 2 teams with some of my friends on them play. It's going to be awesome.
Excellent. Did you catch any of Game 1, or are you coming in fresh here for Game 2?
I'm fresh. I'm fresh.
Game 1 was pretty decisive for Breaking Ben. They have a stand-in on the offlane role who played Razor. He pretty much popped off, and they kind of snowballed the game from there with a Razor Drow dual core of sorts.
Wow, bringing in the sub to win the game for you. That's pretty interesting.
The rig's stand-in. The rig's stand-in.
There will be a ticket tomorrow.
10.
Perhaps. But yeah, well, while we're touching on that, just for those who are unaware at home, there was a bit of an issue with one of the Breaking Ben players. Admins had to remove him from the league because he was playing on an account that originally did not belong to him, and I believe he did not meet the 500 game threshold, and also had some undisclosed alts at the time. So as a captain, they removed him for this grand finals, and Breaking Ben has a stand-in, the king without a crown, on our screen right now.
Yeah, honk honk. That is the sound of that a clown makes, Rusty. As we see Enigma,
Ooh,
we have the purple draft from the Dire here from Breaking Ben.
I like the
a
themes.
lot of big team
Yeah.
fight spells coming out here.
I need a DK from MTL for Dragon Squad.
Enigma into
Ooh, I
Wyvern
like that.
is
Their
interesting.
Enigma's good too. When we played against them, they had their like position 4 kind of
Yeah.
dominate a lot of the mid game. So Enigma on a 4 or something should be pretty
Ooh.
dangerous, unless it's on their sub.
So most likely coming in with I believe a Scotty Enigma, perhaps. Let's take a look at the previous Breaking Ben drafts, where they ran this Enigma when they picked it.
What do you pick into Enigma? If you're MTL, there's a couple carries I can think of. That
They
tend
already
to
have
do
the
pretty well.
Wyvern to cancel Black Hole, so
Yeah,
that's good.
they have the Wyvern to cancel Black Hole. I think you could get maybe one more. BKB piercing
be a
stun just to
Wraith
cover
King.
off the Lincolns, and there's the
Ooh, I
Wraith King.
called
Yeah.
it! I called it, baby!
Good
Wow.
call, Rusty.
I
yeah,
like
that
this
Wraith King's
hero.
really good.
It's nice against these big, high commitment ultimates, because you commit one, and here he comes on life number 2, free
10
Aegis.
seconds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember we got clapped by the Wraith King.
5
And in a game where we had we were basically we put a lot in. We had I think we had Faceless and Mars. So the Wraith King, yeah, he would just live through either of those. And yeah, no, it was decisive.
I don't know if MTL plays it, but I would really like to see a Beastmaster here.
I've never
Ooh,
seen
that
that
could be
hero
interesting.
in Explorer.
They do not play that hero, to my knowledge.
All right, never mind then.
I'm friends with their mid and their off lane. They don't play that hero, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Another
never-
thing
it's
to
a good
note,
Beastmaster.
ooh,
Okay.
Centaur
Centaur.
Warrunner.
Interesting. That's a forgotten hero for sure.
Yeah, but pretty nice against Breaking Ben. They're fairly low damage, especially if he gets a
Holy
full
base.
insta Timber Saw. Wow.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
that's
a
a
good
nice
Timber
Timber
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hungry Phoenix, you're our resident Grandmaster Timber Saw. What you thinking? It's a pretty nice game with those strength cores, aren't you?
Yeah, this is like a very free Timbersaw game, I think. There's nobody that threatens you in Winter's Curse. Like, none of these heroes click anybody. The lane might not be super great against Wraith King Jakiro in the early levels, but once he hits like level 5 and then level 6 especially, should be fine.
Well,
Yeah,
one-
you also have a lot of lockdown on the other heroes. Like if you pick a Timber, you're missing an initiator, but they have 2 initiators on the Enigma
Yeah.
and the Puck as well. So that's really nice.
Very true, very true. Well, one thing about Wraith King, he might get forced out here, but he can jungle, and like Fred pointed out, they do have 2 supports who can D-push very effectively. So some nice
true.
abilities to sort of leave this Timber be and D-push the wave is going to be definitely value coming out for MTL still.
5 seconds.
It's nice that Enigma, like, because at some point Timber wants to be left alone, and Enigma can essentially just jungle.
Right.
It's greedy, but not in a bad way from Breaking Ben.
If this Puck doesn't get another, like, if they don't pick a hero with an instant stun or something, this Puck should be unkillable this game, I think.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the Centaur. I'm really surprised, actually.
Yeah, well, they don't have any heroes that have an instant stun, and on top of that, both their supports are backliners that don't like getting jumped, so
Hoodwink.
Here's the
It's
mid
like-
hoodwink.
really good Puck game, I think.
That works. I
Yeah.
think Puck is gonna die a lot this game, but
We saw last game, the Atrox Puck was pretty darn nice. Making plays
What
all
does
over the
Puck
map.
die to, though?
10 seconds.
it's very spooky.
Yeah, recovered nicely from the against the Skywrath.
Skywrath,
in lane.
yeah.
I feel like Puck only dies if he gets cursed and then chain stunned out of the curse.
Hmm.
Otherwise, the stuns are very jukeable.
Bushwhack from Fog is not easy to dodge.
That's true.
That
you know,
that,
could
that
definitely catch you
spell
off guard.
is that stun
mean-
is kind of nuts.
You can also literally see it coming, too, so I don't know.
That's true. Projectile in the air, but spooky hoodwink in the trees. You know, sometimes you're not
Ursa.
expecting. You could be looking
Yeah.
elsewhere.
That's
He's
fair.
got to be on his toes because they do have a lot of stuns, but like you're saying, they are pretty much all dodgeable. So
Mhm.
let's keep our eyes on Atrox entering the game. We've got our last pick here, Ursa, solid lane against Centaur. Maybe get his paws on this hoodwink, a couple bashes, and he could go down. Let's get some predictions for game 2. Breaking Ben up 1-0. Let's start with the newcomer. Let's get Fred's prediction here for game number 2.
I really want MTL to win this game, but I feel like draft definitely favors Breaking Ben. I think the Timber Saw is really hard to kill. I think the Puck is really hard to kill. And I think that if you swap anyone besides Wraith King or Centaur, they're just dead. So
All right, we've got one for Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young. Clippy, who are you favoring coming into this game too?
You know, I'm gonna flip from last game. I'm going Breaking Ben this game. I have suffered much at the hands of their 4-player, And if this is this is for Enigma. I expect I have high expectations for this for Enigma. I think it's gonna do some work. So I'm breaking Ben.
All right, that's 2 for Breaking Ben. Quickly, Mr. Phoenix, persona off. Who you got? One word.
I see Timber. I pick Timber.
All right, that's 3 for Breaking Ben. I believe in the Grandmaster Hoodwink. I'm going with MTL FY, and with that, I'm kicking it over. Sorry for the late turnover to our fabulous casters once again. It's Key and Licky the Cow.
God, I'm muted on stream, but now I'm not. Thank you so much, Rusty. Appreciate that. No problem at all. But I mean, this is bound to be an exciting game. With these heroes picked up here, I for one, am a huge fan of these large team fight heroes. But we're gonna be seeing, hopefully, some big stuff exploding on screen.
Yeah, I mean, Enigma, one of, if not the most exciting hero in Dota to cast, but Winter Wyvern, you know, Puck, Centaur, these heroes also have huge ultimates that can just turn the game around. There's a cat attacking someone, it appears. We'll have to get more details on that. You know, shades of the Season 35 Contender Grand Finals, you know, where there was a wasp incident for Potter Raft. So, you know, just some lore there. Perhaps some good luck for Breaking Ben in that regard.
The wasp, not the wasp.
Yeah, but you know, the Timber Saw, just I really like it, especially I think they touched on it in panel, but it will allow Enigma to go farm jungle for a bit because Timber Saw is just gonna be very independent in this lane against Wyvern and Wraith King. You know, and even if they were to like lane swap to Jakiro, I mean, same thing. This Timber is just gonna have a really good time, I think, if they don't shut it down very early.
For sure. And to clarify also, we do have a player named Enigma who's playing the Wyvern, and we do have an Enigma played by Scotty, so I think I'm going to be referring to Enigma the player by the hero, which is Wyvern, and then Scotty and Enigma interchangeably, because otherwise things are going to be a bit confusing up in here pretty quickly.
I'm just gonna refer to every player by their hero but Scotty. And we'll just hope for the best. I mean, I was saying I have Scotty last game, you know, for what I said Juggernaut should purchase it, and there's a Scotty, so just, you know, just a nice name setup all around to confuse everyone involved.
For sure. Speaking of Scotty, I actually noticed this. I was looking mid. I was like, "Where's the range creep?" And Scotty's actually stolen it away and turned it into minions of his own. So, the Hoodwink mid is going to be down on some XP, at least for this first wave.
I do like that. I mean, Hoodwink's level 1 is really tricky. Her animation's not great, and her damage is not great. So delaying those later levels as long as you can is very big.
Yeah. And I mean, Aelrath here's gone for the stick first, so planning not actually like speccing into like any like a quick Wraith Band or even like the GG branches, which we see often on mid laners. You see Otrix here has 3 branches plus the Fairy Fire, pretty typical Puck build. Actually went for the Scurry next. Interesting. Huh. I don't think I've seen that before.
You know, low. Nice stun, Jester.
Oh.
Yeah, they got aggressive up there, level 1, and they're aggressive down there, level 2 as well.
Yeah, I feel like these lanes are a little more aggro than what we're gonna find from game 1. There's a lot more kill potential with this Ursa Venge into the Centaur. And I mean, Jakiro 4, I feel like isn't as strong as Jakiro 5. I'm not exactly sure why I'm thinking that. I can't put it into words, but it's a feeling that I have in my bones. Yeah.
I would generally agree with that. I think that, I mean, the lane is the lane. Oh, Ursa stun.
Done. Cheeseburger's gonna hop away.
They get caught by the dual breath.
They don't have a lot more. Nice stun from the Venge. And
Yeah.
they tip.
Nice stun usage from both sides in that lane. They're just saving their teammates really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jakiro, I mean, in a pause 4, you usually want something that can like help set up kills, and Jakiro just doesn't do that. They do still have kills set up on their team, but that would be like the main thing that that would stand out to me. And Wyvern also doesn't do it, so it's not like a Goldfish Gaming type scenario where we just have like Dops as +5 actually being the setup hero, while I play some like Visage thing. This is kind of like two supports that don't set up, but they do still have the Centaur, they do still have Hoodwink Tree and stuff like that. So, not the end of the world.
Yeah,
it's a nice deny pick too. Like sometimes you just have to fit into the trap to deny the enemy.
Oh, Kino actually not able to get the courier there. The attack animation from Jakiro just a little too slow. But now Jester walking over, looking to deal little damage off onto the Venge.
Yeah, the action still going in all lanes. Ilraf's done a pretty nice job of recovering though, showing that that hero mastery for sure. Actually doing a ton of damage with that acorn shot.
Yeah,
and has a full javelin. So that acorn shot's gonna be like pretty legit for harassing. Perhaps even more legit than like the Skyref harass was last game. So we could see Atrox get caught out again.
Yeah, whenever there's just like two creeps around, the face ship really only dodges out one hit from that acorn. And I assume Ilreth is going to go into the Acorn level 3 once they hit level 5 over here, so it's going to go for like the full damage. So.
Oh, and I love this itemization from Centaur with the boots and the windlace. I mean, he's just zooming around this lane. Like, been watching his top lane, I was like, wow, when did Centaur get permanent stampede? But he just, running around, working out really well for him, so.
Yeah, it's definitely the play against this Ursa hero. It does mean your like ring of health is a little slower, but if you're speedy, then you're just not going to be taking any damage. Yeah, Cheeseburger not having the best of time. Of course, did pick up this Oov and has boots of his own, but it's a little harder for him to like make things happen and like get these plays. Down bottom, Conry's getting run down a little bit. There's a Timber Chain available from the King without the crown, but now they're gonna get the Arctic Burn coming through. Damage onto the Timber Saw. Up top as well. Gesture's gonna fall first. Looking back bottom, Timber though manages to limp away with a little bit of HP, and Scotty as well. Not gonna go down just yet. Liquid Fire. Has to be a little bit careful. Oh wait, Scotty actually doesn't have a stun just yet. No Malefice, so no real kill threat coming out.
Ooh, the Splinter Blasts. If it had hit on the Enigma instead, might have gotten the kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Ursa might have died top. It was super low, but Kino going bot was the correct play in the sense that it harassed the Timber, but they ended up losing their Centaur for it, so didn't go exactly as they planned.
They responded pretty darn quickly to Kino's TP. They understood the fact that Chester was vulnerable top. And, I mean, Wyvern is now top here, so a little bit of a swap around, as perhaps they feel that Kino's better suited to helping out Conry down here. Which, I think, yeah. I guess the Arctic Burn just isn't up long enough. Otrux is Invis here, but was most definitely scouted out by that ward. So neither hero should get caught out here, unless Conry happens to walk a little too far forward, which, no, Conry, don't do it. Is Timber gonna walk over? Nope.
Oh,
looks like the TP's gonna go top.
Oh, imagine if that TP had been cancelled.
Jester, now gonna get caught out with the coil here. Oh, breaks the coil. That unfortunate set of events will secure the kill. Meanwhile, the Hoodwink is up top with an Acorn plus a Sharpshooter, but dodged away. No stuns to keep that Ursa in place.
Yeah.
Did you fall out of the nest as a
I would have liked to see him just stay mid. He's got the Maelstrom queued, maybe just, I don't know. I mean, you have to counter rotate, I guess, when the enemy mid's being active like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, Hoodwink doesn't do as much to push out the tower, unfortunately. So you kind of just have to maybe like farm side camps to get more effectiveness out of it.
It's tricky on Hoodwink because, I mean, you kind of can, but you also kind of don't have the mana to do so.
I mean, I think
I mean,
perhaps...
all in all, they didn't lose their Rave King, so it's kind of fine for them.
Yeah, perhaps I think maybe the second point in Scurry goes to the Bushwhack there at level 7, so then you have like a little bit of that kill potential available. But either way, Ailerat's doing pretty solid in this mid lane.
Do you like this deep ward from placed by Scotty? They have full vision of the Rave King, so opens up even more room for them. And it'll allow Enigma to like...
Oh, up top. The Wyvern's gonna get caught out here. Cold Embrace gonna delay things a little bit, but Otrox with the 2 spells, unless they're just gonna give this to Cheeseburger, yeah. Has plenty of Fury Swipes stacked up, so lots of bonus damage.
And Timbersaw kind of left alone at this point. I wonder if they'll bring Kino down here. I mean, Kino or Winter Wyvern would be like the perfect, you know, deep pushers. But for now, they're just gonna let the Enigma and the Timber push. I mean, like the other nice thing of like the Enigma Timber combo is what we're seeing right now. Like the tower damage from Enigma, Timber's biggest weakness is the fact that he's just not damaged towers, at least without a shard. Instead we see like a 10-second tower taking here. So
Yeah, it's pretty speedy, and I mean, MTL has not responded with any like tower push in kind. I mean, they've got the center up top with 3 points in the Retaliate, which could be used to pressure out this tower, but they don't exactly have the edge to make it that far. And meanwhile now Conry under a ward might just get caught out here. Does have the ultimate, will break the coil, so we'll be forced to burn life number 1. There is no black hole available on Scotty. Nice Bushwhack gonna catch up onto 2, but now Benj coming in with the stun off onto Ailereth here. No mana available for anything else, and now the Chakram coming through. Oh my god, the Hawk almost going for the kill. It's there, the Benj, the swap back, the final right click is able to get the kill onto the Hoodwink, but now the Midnight Pulse thrown down. They may have gone a little bit too far. The Centaur ult's gonna come out in time, but Kino caught under the ult of the Timber. He's gonna chain through, claim the life of the Jakiro, and now perhaps just break away for breaking Ben. Unless they set their sights on Conry here, not a whole lot of health, and being a strength hero, it's taking a huge amount of pure damage, and now the King without a crown. Looking for more? The Wyvern clipped by that, a little bit of slow. Scotty now does have the Black Hole plus the Malefice, if they want to go for something crazy insane right here. There's pretty much no stuns available to cancel this. No Ice Path, no Curse, just a Bushwhack.
yeah, at the very least, it'll be a tower for them. I mean, again, you know, that great ward by Scotty set up kill a couple minutes later, so losing, you know, dying on Rape King this early, especially when you take points in your ultimate. It's like every point you take in your ultimate is, or rather, when you take your point in ultimate, it's not a like farming skill.
Yeah.
So obviously you see like a lot of Rape Kings hold the point, especially because it's such a long cooldown. So it can set you behind pretty far, but you know, working on the armlet, almost there, slowly but surely. I mean, we saw Conry do a great job of recovering last game, despite like, you know, not the best of starts. So not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it will be up to MTL. I think the deep push here with the Wyvern Jakiro. You know, I think that's why you pick these supports here, like. So they can utilize those supports. I mean, they have Maelstrom on Hoodwink too, so like their D push is fantastic. It's not going to be, you know, some huge stomp rollover tower taking situation here.
Yeah, they have the heroes to deal with the waves coming in. It's really just when the heroes like this Timber start wandering into your tower that you maybe find some issues, but perhaps they find the Timber here. I mean, they do have the break from Ailereth, but looks like the Hawk will be wise to this. He's gonna waddle away.
He missed the Timber Chain, but like if he had hit the Timber Chain, he actually might have died. So
Yeah. Both unlucky, lucky set of events there. I mean, but the fact that MTL is grouping up means that, again, another wave is coming into their mid tower. There is Cheeseburger just taking Roche casually. Will ult before that stun comes through, so it won't take a huge amount of damage there.
yeah, nice of them to stop that. Always something you have to be aware of. Going for the Diffusal Ursa build, so none of the like Ame school of Battle Fury Ursa, which I don't even know if that's a school that even has any students anymore. But
I think I saw maybe one Battle Fury build at Arlington, and that was only because it was in response to like some other like super farming hero, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless I was watching an AD2L game, I don't know. They blend together, but
Yeah.
um,
Same quality of play, same great casters, you know.
yeah, absolutely the same. Slack sometimes showing up on streams. Yeah. Entirely identical. I mean, MTL's still kind of grouped. I feel like maybe they could be playing a little bit separate, like putting this Jakiro in a lane to D-push. It's a little difficult with this Timber, because I feel like Wyvern is the hero that's best suited to that, because Jakiro doesn't have enough levels, but, I don't know, they're very grouped and not getting a whole lot out of it.
Yeah, they need someone to do it. I think both of them do die to Timber if like things go wrong, but you just need someone collecting this farm because they're giving like a little bit too much space to Timber. And like Timber's free to go this Kaya Sanj build, which is like just a very scaling, like, you know, Amar style of Timber.
Yeah, it's not the days of like Yule's Timber are kind of dying out. It's all for this very aggro build, but MTL's gonna smoke up. Let's see, they get an eyes on Cheeseburger. The ice path to start things out. Jester here, can he get the stun off in time? The enrage comes out, so Cheeseburger not gonna spend a lot of time stunned, and now Timber TPing in. King without a crown, looking to get some kills here. Conry's gonna pop the Skellies down. They do have Curse available if they can pop it off onto a prime target right here, perhaps the Puck, but it's only the Timber hanging around. The heal's gonna come onto Conry, plus the ult, but Conry didn't actually have enough mana. Was just a little bit short here. The Curse is gonna go off the Cheeseburger, so no damage is actually gonna come out from this Ursa. They're gonna be able to claim the kill on the Jakiro as well. Now what else can they find?
Yeah, and Timber like chained right in front of the power shot, otherwise it might have taken out Cheeseburger.
They've got the coil. The Bushwhacker, she does hit off onto Puck, but they have plenty of pure damage to take out this Wyvern on the high ground. And Breaking Ben up 9 kills to 1 right now. It all starts with the gank on Cheeseburger. Now it's going into Roche. Has to be a little bit careful of these bashes. Cheeseburger. Oh dear, this is close. Oh, Cheeseburger. Oh dear. Very close, but now Otrik's here to tank a little bit of it while he heals up. Should be okay, unless Kino's doing some sneaky things. I thought maybe they could steal the Roche out. Conry does actually have ult this time around, so will not die. Ooh, that Sharpshooter actually managed to thread the needle and get the Venge at the backlines. Now Cheeseburger has that Aegis, but will be forced to maybe use it. Jester's gonna get that last click to claim the first life of the Ursa, but now on the high ground, the King without the crown, looking to get more heroes here. Do they have Curse available? Not for another 10 seconds and no mana available. Looks like he's gonna set his sights on a bigger, juicier target and get the undead Wraith King. Now, going forward, Otrix, who can he find? No eyes on the Wyvern there, but still, a very large engagement despite losing the Aegis for Breaking Ben.
Yeah, I mean, losing the Aegis will hurt their momentum a little bit, but otherwise, just a great fight for Breaking Ben there. I mean, still no answer to the Timber Saw, you know? I mean, we saw it last game, King Without a Crown on the Razor, you know, was deathless, and more impressive to do it on Razor than Timber Saw, I guess, but still, I mean, a great performance so far. That they really don't look like they have any answer on the side of NTL, at least for the time being. You know, Centaur and Making really never will answer Timber, and then you need Hoodwink to have like a lot of items. I would even like to see like Ags on Hoodwink, maybe. I don't know, maybe it's not good at core right now, but something.
Perhaps a Scotty might work. I've seen it a bunch on mid Hoodwink, which might be, oh, misclick.
Misclick GG, interesting.
XD. That's why I have not had good game on my chat wheel for about 3 years, ever since I joined AD2L, so, yeah. But, I mean, Conry right now is actually about 1,000 behind the pause for Nightmare. They're gonna get the stun up top, so they might actually get their first kill onto Timber. The break is out, but does he have to chain away? He's gonna get a little bit further away than... Oh my god, the swap actually went onto the wrong hero. Another chain though to Hawk, able to break away further. The Arctic Burn still on him. Can they get any more damage to Bushwhack? Great catch from Aelgath here, plus the dual breath. One more chain. Oh, the final click from the Splinter Bash should be enough, but now Otrix has shown up on the Puck, looking to claim a kill right here. The orb should be enough unless it misses. A potential dodge? No, the Ice Path plus the Stomp. They're getting 3 massive kills up top for MTL here. Good turn.
Yeah, kills.
Bottom
is
though,
pushing in, but
getting tickled by a bear and some Eidolons.
yeah, I thought it was about to go disastrous because there was like a little bit of stun stacking when they first got the Timber, but I mean, just getting the power shot off, or the power shots. I mean, I really think this hero and Wind Ranger are the same, but just getting the sharpshooter off like allowed Timber to not have the regen, and they were able to finish off the kill and did a nice job of like surviving the counter initiation from Puck too, and ended up losing the Puck's life for it. So
Yeah, it's showing some signs of life from MTL. I was a little nervous looking at the Wraith King's net worth, but has the armlet going for that BKB next, so maybe not the most damage, but should have a little more survivability. Oh, Bushwhack just off the mark on Cheeseburger. Ice Path as well, just barely missing.
yeah, it feels like last game, you know, I said that like LREF had to get into the game as Skyref Mage and like make plays happen in the mid game, and like the same is perhaps even more true this game, but it's also a lot easier to do it on Hoodwink, especially with that like hero comfort. And we saw it in the last fight, and I think we're gonna continue to see it because like, oh wow,
Oh my god, Kino's gonna get caught up by Cheeseburger. That's some big
Yeah.
damage.
Breakman do a really good job of tanking the sharpshooter though.
Yeah. I mean, he face checked that with the Earth Shock Enrage, so didn't even have to commit the real one. They're gonna look for the tier 2 mid. I mean, Scotty has yet to use Black Hole, and they've been winning almost all their fights, and this blink is pretty soon for this Enigma here, so that's gonna be another kink in the plans for MTL, I think, once that does get revealed. Sanj Kaya completed for the Hawk here. Otruck's gonna go forward, gonna get a coil, but will get caught by the stun here. The follow-up stomp is there as well. Can they get more damage onto the Puck? Oh my god, phase shift just in time to blink away. Will it come? It will. They're gonna get the curse off onto Scotty. I think they maybe have enough damage with the Splinter Blast. They do. So they're gonna get a good kill, but Cheeseburger diving the tier 4s, looking for the squirrel right here. I don't think you have an Aegis anymore, friend. So maybe just a little too far, but now the Hawk following suit, looking for Enigma, or the Wyvern rather, diving deep, able to get one kill. Let's see what else can happen right here. Looking for a tree to chain out, but let's see if they can get the stuns working. They get the Bushwhack. What do they have more? Chain to the high glow ground, not gonna come through, and a massive overextension from Breaking Ben, I think.
Massive might even be an understatement. I mean, they almost lost Puck too. Like, forgotten in that fight was, you know, they almost lost Puck at the start, but nice job by MTL. You know, LRAF seemed to kite for like the duration, or you know, for like the length of the tier 2 all the way to like behind the Ancients. And, I mean, you know, when you're playing Ursa, you know, you're feeling it, and you know, you just gotta go for it, you know, and like see what happens. And sometimes it doesn't work out, but you know, I've been in that mindset before. It's like the Spirit Breaker syndrome, you know, where you're just like, I'm not canceling this charge, and then like you die for it. But,
Aelrath not able to get the kill again. It's gonna get stunned up and potentially a sharpshooter. They're gonna trade each other's lives away here. Conry is gonna get inhibited by the defusal, but they have the Centaur ult swap back. That's life number 1 gone from the Wraith King right here. Can they perhaps get Conry out for life number 2? But it looks like the Hawk's gonna go for it. Gonna get stunned up. Great curse to be able to break this away from the Wyvern. They're gonna take a tumble on the Venge, and now Kino looking to live, but I don't think it's gonna happen right here. Cheeseburger able to claim a kill. Not too bad for them. They did lose their Puck, unfortunately.
yeah, Jester pushing in bottom as well, so might get a tower out of it for MTL. Yeah, I mean, you know, nice trade there of the Hoodwink for the Puck. Like, they'll take that any day of the week for sure. And nice curse there from the Winter Wyvern played by Enigma.
Scotty blinked online, looking for the Wraith Pack next. BKB not as value this game with the curse available. Might just go for like Wraith Pack Lincolns, I guess, which could be really cool, and then maybe circle back for the BKB later on.
Yeah.
Could be a cool plan.
Yeah, it depends, because could still get it cancelled if an ally is standing next to you, and when the Wyvern curses them. But it's a nice start.
Sharpshooter being charged. Who's it gonna go on to? Actually, holy smokes! It's gonna go onto the Ursa right here, and a crit to the face. Cheeseburger maybe made a second mistake here, close to MTL's base. Jester potentially looking for more. Doesn't actually have the blink dagger, so can't immediately catch someone, but Breaking Ben perhaps getting a little too big for their britches.
Yeah, a few mistakes here from Ben in terms of like overextensions, I suppose, and you know this MTL lineup is like built to punish overextension, and they've done a really nice job of it. BKB complete on Wraith King now too, so that should give them a little more agency in fights. One thing too that I noticed in last fight is the value of Stampede. Being able to run away from like, you can't always run away obviously, especially because of puck foil, but they're actually doing a really good job of catching puck. And then if they just stampede in or stampede out, like, you know, they can kind of pick and choose their fights. So Jester's been doing a really, really good job of using those stampedes.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we don't see the Centaur hero enough. The draft is talking about it as the forgotten hero, but Jester at least showing a little mastery over the Centaur hero, knowing when to use it. I think it's like you said, the counter of the coil is there. It's like the similar way of like how Mars Arena works, but if you use it at the right times, you kind of get around that counter a little bit. Looks like Breaking Ben are going to take a little bit of a chill pill here, at least until the BKB is available on Cheeseburger. Looks like they're going to go for the Sanj Kaya as well for their puck. Ags for Venge, Lotus for Timber. Down bottom, Scotty. Who's he found here? The Enigma has found the Enigma, but the Hawk will take the kill.
Yeah, nice rotation there. Roche is up, but I'm not sure if either team is aware of it right now.
Yeah, MTL does have some decent wards in the area, and Breaking Ben has this one ward in the triangle that's about to expire. But let's see if anyone scouts it out. As I say that, they're going to de-ward one of MTL's wards, and I think the other one literally just expired, so MTL no longer has great vision in this area. Yeah. It's really tragic.
Every 15 seconds, like, the map completely changes.
Connery? Walking forward over here, I can't say I would recommend this. Actually, wow, Breaking Ben has an excellent line of vision, toggling their vision up here. It's more like this triangle of like, or the way that like goose fly, but it basically watches every avenue of like how MTL could get out onto the map.
Escape the base, yeah, exactly. They like have to smoke out, otherwise Breaking Ben will see it. Cheeseburger full BKB, working on the blink dagger now, so.
Yeah, they're gonna claim this top tower. This Enigma is such a solid pick here. They did not have like proper tower push, and now they have it. I think your earlier point, it just complements their heroes so well.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to go on Ursa there, but Rage just allows Ursa to walk away. And looks like they're gonna run straight to Roche, knowing that well, I mean Sharpshooter would technically be back up, but it doesn't look like MTL's in a position to contest.
Yeah.
So once again, who's gonna win the Shard lottery? Because Cheeseburger has one. Enigma Shard. I love Enigma Shard. I don't know if that's good. I mean, Flamethrower on Timber is probably the move. Venge already has Shard, and yeah, it's probably Timber.
Yeah, I would say maybe if Scotty like actually used Black Hole, give him the Shard maybe, but Flamethrower is just solid overall. Extra damage, extra push. They do see MTL under some wards here, so where are they going to catch? Connery also sees them under the wards, so has to back away.
Yeah, I don't know if Enigma Shard, like, if Stampede has priority over it or not. Cause I can't remember how Stampede interacts with Gale Force, and I'm pretty sure it's the same mechanic.
I don't know how it like functions with increased move speed and stuff, because I don't know, because I feel like I've barely seen Enigmas in play, so who knows? I guess we'll find out.
I feel like whenever I play Enigma, I always try to get Shard because it looks cool, but it's never like the correct time for it. So
yeah.
I feel like if they wanted to like change this hero, because it is pretty meta right now, they should just make the shard like a lot better, but like nerf the rest of his ability. You know, just why not? Like, you know, just make it like pulls at a rate of 500 instead, and like, you know, it's just like you just get sucked in the black hole by the end of the duration if you try to cancel it. Like,
no matter what, you're just in there.
Yeah.
For every second black hole is channeled, the radius grows or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, there's a 15k lead right now, and MTL seems relatively content hanging out on their high ground since this Aegis is in play for at least another 3 minutes. But Conry kind of caught up. BKB Deso Armlet going for that shard next. Doesn't want to get clowned down by a Diffusal Blade or anything like that. Hoodwink is lagging a little behind, going for that Daedalus. Actually has it picked up. So at least has damage to pump out despite being lower in the net worth. And seems like Jester's just not going to go for the Blink this game. Going to favor tanking up, going for that Ags next.
Yeah, it has the full halberd, which I like. I like the travels of Timbersaw as well. You know, been playing alone for basically the entire series, so being able to join the team whenever. The other key useful thing.
Two heroes going for a little farm fest. Kino, though, going to get hit by that Diffusal Blade. Nice stun up onto the Ursa right here. They can get the Sharpshooter. Potentially life number 1 going to be going down in rage. Popped pretty early here. Oh, excellent curse again onto the Venge. Ice Path to follow up. It's going to get the stun off onto 3 right here, but Scotty, is this his time to finally get a black hole off in time? He's going to get it off onto 2 heroes here. The Centaur and the Wraith King both caught out. Life number 1 from the Centaur is gone, but now Gesture looking to get a little bit of turn damage. A BKB from Conry's now out in time, but he's taking huge damage from the Fury Swipes, able to get the crit off onto Scotty, but now the Blink forward from Cheeseburger. Can he get the final hits onto Conry? He does. And now the sounds off onto the 2 supports, the Dragons. They're going to fall. Kino, excellent Ice Path to maybe get Gesture off in time, but the missile, it bounces away from the Centaur and off to the Jakiro. And MTL, they're just hemorrhaging heroes. What seemed like potentially a good fight when they got Cheeseburger low is just completely in the other direction, and that was 3 buybacks, so that was an 8 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, they had like a amazing curse, and they had, you know, they had like the Jakiro set up for it, but then the counter initiation from the puck like was, you know, perfect, and then it allowed Scotty to just walk in, get a nice two hero black hole, and yeah, I mean, you know, Aileroff wasn't really able to. Wasn't really able to hit a long range sharpshooter onto Venge Spirit until now. But yeah, so you know, I think Hoodwink died pretty early in that fight as well, but no megas. So still plenty of time here for MTL.
Wraith King, still 50 seconds on that ult. That was a level 2 ult that went down, so still has to play relatively careful. I mean, we've seen this Timber die twice. I don't remember where the other death was. I only remember the one pop, but it feels like this Timber's basically unkillable.
Actually.
The Wraith Pack from Scotty is complete as well. Conry, oh my god, if they can get a little more damage onto the Wraith King, I'm not sure about that heal right there. That's pretty sus, but Conry's able to get out.
Oh, I do remember the 2 deaths. One was topside, when they dove tier 1 or whatever, and the other was in the base when they dove the base.
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot when they ridiculously dove the base, but now the coil's gonna come out. Kino's not gonna snap it right yet, but will die to the damage from the Timber Saw, and now Conry's gonna be forced to pop that BKB to limp back up to the high ground of the fountain. Does actually have the ult available now. Didn't want to expend it right there. They've lost Centaur ult, they've lost Sharpshooter. Now the swap back, Jester gonna get stunned up, gonna get hit by the Malefice as well. Oh my god, the Hoodwink limping up to the fountain, barely gonna live, actually gonna tick down to the Witchblade, and now Jester getting ripped apart by 4 heroes of Breaking Ben, as now they're gonna turn their attention to the ranged racks and potentially go for Megas. I think they're not gonna go for the Jugular here and the Throne. They're gonna go for the disciplined Megas play here.
Yeah, staying disciplined.
What do they do here? Kino! Oh my god, Cheeseburger tearing the supports apart. The dragons, they're murdered. Oh no. And now the stun onto Conry. Life number 1 gone. He has no BKB up for 30 seconds, so if they can slow this hero down, there's no chance that he gets back up to his fountain. Another stun coming up from Benj to swap away. The black hole from Scotty? Scotty black hole? Question mark? But it does not matter. Heroes from MTL are just being annihilated here.
Yeah, I think that was the second black hole of the game for Enigma.
Oh. Sharpshooter actually hits onto someone, Scotty in the back lines, but they've lost Raking him. That is the buyback there. Jester gonna get coiled up, gonna break this coil. Excellent bushwhack to maybe get the Centaur out in time. Stun. Venge? That was the Venge illusion though. The Ags ults. Otruck's going into the fountain. Breaking Ben here. Gonna look to break the spirits of MTL a little bit. The enraged with the BKB, able to get Ailereth on this, in the fountain right here. Now Centaur coming forward, looking for a play. Nice silence from Otrux and maybe get Scotty out in time. Malefice available as well, but now the defusal. Cheeseburger, he's not done just yet. Looking for another kill. Otrux as well. Oh my god. They are putting their feet on the faces of MTL right here. Just forcing out a GG, and here it is from Kino. Breaking Ben, your champions of the Explorer League Season 25. For Daddy, they said. For...
Yeah. Well, and Hell Have No Fury, like an AD2L team scorned. Breaking Ben, playing with passion, for Daddy, as it were. You know, I mean, it was an impressive performance. I mean, King without a crown, gonna have to change that name to King with the crown, as it were, because, you know, we might be seeing that gold name on the sidebar of Discord, if they're even in Discord. I don't even know. It might have been too early in the stand-in process here. Maybe, I guess, I'm sure Daddy might end up getting it. I have no idea, but, you know, congratulations to Breaking Ben. Very well played. I thought their drafts were, you know, fantastic. Really stuck to the meta and you know, their comfort despite the stand-in. So well played all around.
Yeah, that was certainly some good play, but don't go anywhere because we have a post-game interview with Breaking Ben coming right up with our panel. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here for a post-game interview at the conclusion of the Explorer League Grand Finals. Breaking Bad took the series, Breaking Bad. Sorry about that. They took the series 2-0 over MTL Forever Young, and we are joined with 4 of the 5 members of the winning squad. We've got Cheeseburger, we've got Superstar Stand-In King Without a Crown, we've got Poho Horo, and Scotty. Welcome, guys. How are you feeling after that decisive Game 2 victory?
Feeling great,
Let's
man.
go!
We're all pretty excited, I think, to say the least. I think the
Now,
game 2 was really good.
you guys have been dealing with some adversity. First of all, you were knocked down to the lower bracket by the same team you just defeated, and your captain had to be replaced relatively last minute due to some rules infractions. So how did you guys battle this adversity? What did you do differently from your first time around versus MTL? And how did you handle the adversity of the last minute stand-in coming in?
I think that the stand-in that we had, we played with him before in a previous series against 11 Snow Cones, and we actually lost that series 2 with the stand-in, but it was obviously very hard timing for us. You know, the day before the grand final, we had to get the sub, but our mid laner knew him. We got him in, and we're still confident. We saved a couple strategies to the very end. You know, we picked the puck in the second game, and in the first game too. We feel the heroes very strong because they banned their Zeus Tiny, which is like our go-to. And I think that we played to our strengths. We played the heroes that we wanted. We got what we wanted, and I feel that we outdrafted them and outplayed them in the game. That's what I feel
All
like
right,
happened.
excellent. Let me ask you this, Mr. King Without a Crown. I see you kind of got thrust in here last minute. You had a warm-up pub with the boys. I think last night, maybe 2 nights ago, coming in. How'd you feel to be back with the lads for another AD2L series and helping them cross the finish line here?
I want to thank them for this great opportunity to join their team and play. So they had some problems. I don't know what kind of the problems. And Otrux, he texted me if I want to join them. So I said all right, and then we had a couple of games to play in pubs, and after that we discussed the strategy with our captain, who was picking the heroes, and he did, I think, really good job by blocking their core heroes, core supports at first, and then it was actually questionable that they first picked Juggernaut, because then it was highly counterpicked, I think, and the series went smooth for us. I want to thank team. Everything was very good. Thanks.
All right, love to hear it. Let's see. Do we have any questions from my fellow panelists, Clippy or Hungry Phoenix? Do you have anything you want to ask these lads?
I
Go
do.
ahead, Clippy.
Yeah. So you mentioned the jug, the first pick jug, which was an MTL go to all season, and like every time they pick it, they win the game. Like I forget what the stat was. I think they have a 90% win rate on jug. So I guess what made you so confident to not only not ban it first round, but to let them have it, and then pick around it, play around it? What was your thinking with that?
I think we banned the supports that would have enabled Juggernaut on the lane. The common examples are like Shaman, for example, or the Grimstroke. So in that case, Jug is not so strong in the lane stage. Also, when you have a counter pick like Razor. So I think the opponent team didn't know what I was playing in the offlane, so they didn't ban the Razor. And to play Jug against Razor is it's very hard to stay in the lane because you always get linked and you don't have damage, so you need to go to jungle. But we have Tiny and Puck who can chase Jug, so that's why I think that again our captain did a great job by picking right heroes. So thanks to him.
All right.
Question: What's next for this team? You guys gonna run it back next season? What's the plan?
Funny you should say that. It's quite unfortunate that I think this will be Breaking Ben's first ever season and last season at the same time, because unfortunately we're too high rank for this league, which isn't a problem. We go up, but me, unfortunately, I have school. Cheeseburger has school. You know, I think Otrox and the player that got kicked out of the league a few days ago are still going to play on. Not too sure about Pohoro or the King for a crown, but it's been fun. But I think this unfortunately will be our last season, and you know it's good. It's good to end with a win. We're all happy. So yeah, couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, one-hit wonders, unfortunately.
Well, perhaps the stars can align for a Breaking Ben return someday down the line, but for now, you're just gonna have to go out as the one-hit wonder. Stars, Kings of the Explorer League. Kiara and Licky, do you guys have anything you want to ask the Breaking Ben boys?
I mean, I think mine's for Spice Master Scotty himself. But coming into this series, you know, down on your luck with Daddy being out and all, we saw a little bit of like the tips on the voice line action. Did you have anything special like prepped for MTL coming into this game in terms of like mind games and mental warfare, or just the usual things that you have in your arsenal?
Well, you know, I respect a little bit. We've talked a little bit, and you know, we're quite respectful to each other. So I wasn't gonna do him too hard, but I don't know. We didn't really have anything planned. I think we normally go into the game, we have a lot of fun, but I feel like this is the game that we actually take really serious. Like we haven't took a lot of our games very serious. So we came to this grand final, we had one goal, and it was to win. We wanted to win only in the fact because our player got kicked, like we've discussed, and we showed up and we won like we did. But obviously the voice lines and the tips are going to be there. You know, I can't play without it. That's my specialty.
For sure. I think I was definitely noticing the fact that you all were very focused. I think so focused, in fact, that Cheeseburger dove a few times past the Ancient there, but so focused on the goal, but you all played very, very well. It was two very decisive games from the squad.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I don't recall that happening. I'm not sure if that happened or not.
Just vision went red
That's
playing
just
Ursa.
experience. Yeah. Like you just keep chasing people, and then you either get the kill or you don't. But you know, I had one question. So, how did your team form? Like, how long have y'all known each other? Was it like a free agent situation? Have y'all been playing together for like 12 years? You know, what's the backstory behind Breaking Ben?
So basically, me, Scotty, and Daddy were mates, right? You know, like, wait, that came out wrong. I meant like, okay, this is like UK slang.
More
Hang
power
on.
Like
to you,
IRL
you know.
friends, yeah.
I played on a team with someone I dated before, so you know.
It's just UK slang. I've like adopted it for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
man, yeah, but you know, we're all buddies, right? And I got invited to Maddie and the Boys, which is our original team. And at first we were like, do we have the time to like pour into like a season, like play together? We were kind of like, you know, why not try it out? You know, because all our other friends, like I think 50 Shades of Guys, most of their team we know them from another league, LD2L, Learn Dota 2 League, something like that, and some other leagues as well. So from there, you know, we got interested, and you know, we formed the team. Obviously, we faced some adversity, so we made Breaking Ben, and then from there, the support. I mean, our 5 position, you know, has always been muddy, but I think Pohoro was the perfect, perfect 5. Yeah. And then we won.
Some excellent lore for, I guess, a one-hit wonder, because it won't really be going forward, which is unfortunate. It was definitely fun to see you all play.
You and the Geist boys are 2-0 in grand finals. That must be pretty exciting for your Dota friend group.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Let's go.
fair, they're not really, they're not really on our level because we did a scrim against them and we actually beat them.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
really?
Could we see?
Oh.
Could we see the first ever cross division championship then between
that would
you
be
and the Guy squad? It's
We also
never been
did a
done
scrim
before.
as well.
Never
We also
been
did
done
a
before.
scrim against Hog. I think Hog GWR.
Yeah.
Great White. Is it racist? I don't know.
No, that's
Don't
not.
say that in the chat. Don't say that in the chat.
Ooh.
I don't believe that's their
can't see a
actual
Licky
name.
stream without it.
But of course this has
is
to
a
happen.
joke?
Yeah. during-
Anyway, what happened with the result of that script?
Oh, was it like it was like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
No, it was
an
like
hour-
a
No,
70
it was
minute
45
game.
minutes.
No,
it was an hour.
The game lasted an hour and 7
Oh,
minutes. And
against
the way that ended was really funny. We were all dead. We had one guy alive, and it was a tiny. Okay, you can probably see where this is going. The tiny ran into their base and then took their throne, and we were all dead, and we won the game in like 64
Yeah.
minutes.
What
Oh,
the
It was
heck?
pretty funny.
Classic tiny gaming there. Well,
Yeah.
potentially Explorer better than Voyager is what I'm learning.
Yeah, I want to see the cross division championship. Combine the belts. It would be a spectacle. We'll obviously get Licky to cast because he's the best caster. I'm all for it. If you can set it up, the whole league would watch. Honestly.
Playing my sponsored team in scrims, Pepe Hands.
Definitely some top tier content. Well, I mean, congratulations to all of you, even though not everyone is here present. Congratulations to, I guess, extending this to Daddy as well for playing with you all the entire season. Unfortunately, not present for the grand finals, but you were able to bring home a win for everyone. Certainly a sight to behold. I think not a question that you all deserve the victory here from your gameplay in that series for certain. But unless we have any other questions from our panel or any shoutouts that you guys would like to make,
And to shout out every single person that dealt with us this season, which is a lot of people, and all the enemies that we made, which is also a lot of people.
Scotty's got a long list.
I could name all of them. I could be here all day, but yeah, we don't have time for that, unfortunately.
I'll do it for you. Okay. All of Hog, Great White. 50 Shades of Geist. Another. Fake belt championship. It's whatever. Lemon Snow Cones. I think Snap from Lemon Snow Cones.
I was definitely noticing the fact that you all were very focused.
Oh.
We've got
Unfortunately,
interview
we spoke.
section here coming through.
Who is it? I don't. Oh, Grin Smokes. Off lane player. I think he said that he won the lane against us. I'm sorry. I just have like a receipt of like everyone saying and everything against. And
Time to read it
Oh
off.
my
Go for it.
god.
Mary Todd Lincoln for I think in they're watching our game and they said they were gonna beat us, but
Hey, Golf Tuesday's
Respect
on
them,
that
though.
list. We're cool.
Yeah, Golf Tuesday is cool, man. We're
Hell
chill.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Respect.
Golf still being the best org out there.
That's
Hell
not
yeah.
true. Actually, I can remember one time that we played against you guys in the league. I think it was my fault. I think I question marked in the ult chat and then died straight away afterwards. I got question marked by like 5 people.
Classic.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe
Hot
that.
Gluttony too. Salt Dota.
It's been a blast to this season. I appreciate the cast too. Licky. It's been great.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm a massive fan of the Explorer League. Have been for a bunch of
Third best
seasons.
league. Let's
Honestly,
go.
I stand by that. I agree wholeheartedly. But this will conclude our winners interview here. We will be bringing in Kino actually to get a little bit of a view from the other side. But thank you so much for Breaking Ben for joining us. Congratulations again. We won't keep you all any longer. Go out, celebrate at whatever time it is for you, whatever you will be doing. Have a blast.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you so much for the
Appreciate
interview.
it.
Thank
Got
you.
the bottles ready.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yes, congrats, boys.
All right, now getting Kino in here.
Alright, well. Are we on stream still?
Yes, we are, Rusty. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's put Kino in for
say
the
on
interview. I
stream.
definitely knew that.
I don't know what Rusty was gonna
We'll
say
cut-
there,
we'll
but
cut
I'm
that out.
glad I stepped in time.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. We'll cut that out.
I mean, I guess panel. If we have
we'll
any
cut
other thoughts to go over while we're waiting for Kino here? Any other content to go through?
No, well-deserved victory. Good drafting, good playing,
Great
fun
job.
strats.
Oh, and Kino is here. We are on air with the captain of MTL Forever Young. Welcome, welcome.
And
Hey,
founder
how's
of
it
the
going?
Mary Todd Lincoln Esports conglomerate.
Yeah, wait. Let me introduce myself. I'll go full heel.
Oh
and
wait,
also
my
introduce
bad. Yeah,
myself.
hit us with the
Yeah.
titles.
And now, hailing from Columbus, Ohio, weighing in at 175 pounds, the founder of Mary Todd Lincoln Dota 2 Enterprises, the founder of Mary Todd Lincoln Dota Team, and the founder of Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young, Kino, Mary Todd Lincoln, Kinomoto Sakura, sponsored by the Lincoln Mercury Motor Group, is here.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
How's it going?
What's up?
Wait, how'd you get the sponsorship by Lincoln Mercury?
That's big.
Yeah,
That
and you know what? They dropped us for a bit due to some controversy, but we got them back.
Oh yeah, you'll have
And
that.
I
That's
thank
what
the
we figured.
fans for that. I thank all the fans that wrote in to the Lincoln Mercury Motor Group who made that happen.
For sure. I mean, first things, Kino. Obviously, Spirit's not too down. So, I guess what was the comms like after that series there? Cause they were pretty decisive games from Breaking Ben. How are you all handling that? Both game 1 and after game 2.
Yeah, it was kind of a squash match. I don't know. I think we kept mostly in the right mindset and mentality. Like I told everyone going into the series, like, look, we will make mistakes, and I told them that they would make more mistakes and we would win, but I guess that didn't happen. But either way, like, like a best of 3 series, do you go into it saying like we're not going to make any mistakes, we got to step our game up? It's like, no, like you've been playing Dota this whole season, like what's different? You know, you just keep playing your game. If you have a pocket strat, use it, but other than that, like it's the same fucking game you've been playing this whole time.
For sure, yeah. I mean, panelist, Key, anything to hit Kino with here? Not literally, of course.
You could try.
No, I mean I agree completely with what you said. I think that's it's a great mentality to have in terms of keeping the team on track. And I mean that's what I was advised the last time I played the only time I played in grand finals. Just have fun, go out there, play your game, and what happens happens. And
Yeah.
didn't work out today, but I certainly don't think it's the last of MTL's championship contention in the future, as it were. I thought y'all played pretty well, and y'all had an amazing season. Top seed. I mean, honestly, it kind of feels like number 1 seed in AD2L like can be cursed. Like number 1 regular season seed. Occasionally, we'll see them win. I think Kirchu and Champion just did, but it's hard, to be on top all season because you have that target on your backs, and sometimes it just doesn't work out at the end.
Yeah, I mean that's the first series we dropped all season.
Yeah.
We had 2 1-1 series in the regular season. Other than that was wins. I will say in terms of comms, like when we were when they were hitting our base and we had, I think the Hoodwink got a pick off, and we got we basically won. I think 2 or 3 times that happened in that game where they came high ground and we picked off some or all of them. Like I wasn't yelling out targets. I was yelling out like, we will win this game. Like they are going to screw up and we are going to come back and win this game. So like even when like they're trying to kick down like and get megas, like we were all very ready to win that game.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen is before we prepare for next season, I think I think what we all need is some sort of like in between
Oh
season
no.
multi-pronged Dota 2 event.
About this. Yes.
Go for it,
something-
Kino. Just go
something
for
with-
it. Just go for
Something
it.
with some sort of like underwater beast theme, like maybe like a multi-pronged Dota 2 event called Lords of the Underwater Abyss. Where
No way. What?
Yes. We're gonna
Tell
have
me
amazing.
more.
We managed to snag the best caster in all of AD2L. Zen will be casting. We upgraded.
Alright, so hang on. You come on to Licky's
Yeah, a little bit of
stream,
a
and then
trail
you-
to Licky, although Zen is also great.
It's
so,
it's known because I was supposed to cast the event, but then I was very much busy. So Kino's throwing me a little shade here for ducking out.
Yeah,
all good.
Licky has been kind of our go-to caster for a lot of the MTL events. This will be our first time working with Zen, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, if I could talk about a little bit of what's going to happen. Basically, there's going to be a chess event where there's going to be a chess variant to be revealed just 48 hours prior to the start of the event. We're going to have a creative contest, and that is going to start on Saturday. I'm going to release a video, and that's going to go over the creative contest. It does not require any artistic skill, and I think you guys are going to like it. I can't say what it is because then I've started the event, essentially. And then we're going to have a Dota event where it's going to be a pub challenge. So whatever your rank is, it doesn't matter. You can come into this event and win it potentially. You're going to need 3 players, and at least 3 players to go in, and you're going to have to complete the pub challenge, as I said. You're going to get points for the order in which you do it. So first, second, and third get points for completing it quickly. But then also on the 28th, right after the challenge closes, we are going to review the best replays. We're going to review as many as we can, but we're going to review the best replays, and we're going to score them based on how well you did during the laning stage. And but it's going to be a difficult challenge. You're going to have to go into a pub and play some wild ass Dota and like grief some pub matches. So it's going to be pretty fun.
Let's go.
We got if I could put over the chess event real quick. We picked a master of the chess event, and it is I don't want to get his name wrong. Kiki is going to be Kiki is going to be our chess underlord. So that's going to be really cool. All right, thank you for letting me ramble about my event.
I just want to
No
say,
problem.
Jungle Champions, the God Gamers, will be returning for this event.
Oh,
No doubt.
Let's see. Yeah, hey, we've all seen it. Anybody can win a fucking game of Dota, okay? And we see people typing easy. They're getting frustrated with how easy the game of Dota is, okay? And I
Right.
made this event just for those people. If you meet someone who says this game is too easy, like, tell them, you gotta play Mary Todd Lincoln Dota 2 events. We have the most challenging, most difficult events. This is where the real champions come out, and this is where the real champions are crowned, okay? Mary Todd Lincoln Dota 2 events. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will be all keyed in.
My Jungle
Absolutely.
Champion belt is way more important to me than any AD2L championship that I have, which I do have one of those too. Just saying.
As it should be.
Some mad copium from Rusty there, but I mean, a question in a different direction, I think, from Kino, or for Kino rather. We talked a little bit in DMs about like the prep that you put into like series, and now that the season is done, and I know there's potential like other seasons on the horizon, but I'm curious like what goes into the prep for a series to you, and what does like the lead up look like in terms of like scouting or just like making sure that you feel ready to face a team in a series? Like, talk us a little through like what that process is like for you, or like whoever on your team that like helps with that as well.
Okay. I think we scout more extensively than other teams, is my suspicion. Basically, I don't want to give away all my secrets, but I make a scouting document, and I edit URLs for Open Dota because it's much easier than you would think. You can like you can get someone's Steam ID and plug it into the same URL and then get like the same search repeatedly for like all the different players. And so I make a big scouting document. I kind of go through and look at people's heroes, what they've been playing in captain's mode, and what they've been playing recently in pub matches. And I try to kind of correlate that, and then I like highlight anything that I'm particularly concerned about or I think that they really want to play. And then I kind of theorize about like draft order and what we want to ban in what order. I don't know. Does that answer the question? I don't know if there's too much more to it, like beyond that. Like sometimes we go into the level where we're like looking at a specific build. Like there are all sorts of little tricks into being like some people really stick to a position, some people will play different positions in pubs, and then you have to like look and be like, okay, do they play this Wind Ranger mid or they play this, soft support or what?
I mean, yeah, I was just honestly curious because, I mean, you gave me like a little bit of a taster in DMs, and I figured now that
Yeah.
the series is done, I could get a little more out there, but,
Yeah,
yeah.
Licky came to me and asked me like, "Hey, what positions are the supports gonna play tonight?" And I was like, "Hey, sorry, bud, but no." Like you even told me that you weren't gonna tell anyone. You're just gonna use it to try and like suss out the draft. And it's like, "Hey, bud, I'm sorry. I appreciate you casting your series. In a perfect world, I would definitely like tell you everything I plan on doing, and then have it not affect the series at all." But I find it very strange how like other teams will like just tell you what positions all their players are gonna play, which is so bizarre to me. I don't understand you people.
Yeah, it's like a very common thing. The drafting sheet that I made did turn out to be correct, so I'm proud of that. But um yeah, like most teams in AD2L, and obviously like pro teams generally have like people set in stone. I think there's been a few like notable exceptions with like Team Liquid, with like when they were in the era of like Boxy, Mickey, Taiga, all those people just swapping around. But most teams are pretty static in how they play their positions.
Yeah, and as much as I like to see the swaps and stuff, I think that is the way to play the game. I when when I recruit players, which I'm gonna have to be doing at some point in the future. I first off, I look for good people. I don't I tell people that I'm not looking at their stats nearly as much as anyone would think, and they never believe me. Like, I as long as they seem like generally competent, and as long as they're like listening to what I'm telling them to do, and as long as they have a good attitude, and as long as like they show up when I tell them to show up, then that's what I want. And I'm willing to work with anyone who's like that. And honestly, a lot of my recruitment goes outside of the AD2L community, which is not any shade towards the AD2L community. It's just that I think some people go into teams and they have more of a pro mentality where they're like, okay, I'll be on this team and maybe next season I'll try this team. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But I'm like trying to set up I'm trying to set up a forever team, basically, with like good people, and I'm willing to like tell people they have to play different positions. And I actually have like a bullet point list of everything I go through with people who join the team. Be like, hey, here's exactly what you can expect. And that list is written in like people like I'll tell someone like, hey, it's not working out with you at carry, we're gonna move you to this position or whatever. And then they'll like be upset, and I'll be like, well, I guess I didn't tell them that that was going to be a possibility. So now I'm explicitly telling everyone this is how it's going to be. Like, hey, like I try to work with everyone and be chill, but also like there are going to be moments where I'm going to tell you, hey, this is how it is. And they have to be ready for that.
Yeah, it's an interesting look into like how a slightly different style of, I think, like managing an org and like building teams, because a lot of the current orgs that we have are I've seen a few of them where they kind of just like slap people together from free agents, and the team doesn't necessarily live out the entire season. I'm not going to call out anyone at all, but I think we've all seen it. But it's just like an interesting kind of take that you're giving us here, and a little insight into how it works.
Yeah, that is definitely a criticism I will throw at the org system. Is just that like people should want to be on a team with the players they're on a team with. They shouldn't just want to be in an org and then be like, yeah, I'll be willing to play on a team, because ultimately they have to play with the four other players on the team more so than they have to interact with the org. So yeah, slap together teams. I'm sure it works out sometimes, but it doesn't work out all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Any questions from Clippy, Connor, Kiwi?
I was gonna ask about the underwater lords
Lords
of the
Underwater
event,
Abyss.
but you already covered that.
Search,
So I'll
search
just
for,
say,
search
Oh,
for
go ahead, go ahead.
MTL. Search for MTL Dota on YouTube, and you'll find all sorts of videos of me wearing interesting outfits and having interesting things in the background, and me talking about whatever. I've had videos where I'm running around in the jungle searching for Brian and a bunch of people from Grin. And I've had videos where I announced that we had a player die in a hot air balloon accident. I've had videos where I make it look like the trailer of a horror film, and I have a bunch of Werner Herzog quotes.
You know,
So
might as well drop the link in chat.
Could someone do that for me? I'm not watching.
YouTube,
No, I
guys.
did. I dropped it in there
Okay,
at this
good.
point.
Yeah, please subscribe. I put out information for tournaments. Like this tournament's gonna be very. I'm really trying to get people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because basically every video from here on out is going to be like the start of an event in the tournament. So please stay keyed into that.
All I was gonna say is congrats to a great season. I know it didn't end the way you'd hoped, but excellent season in the Explorer League. Congrats to you and the boys, and thank you as always for your great content and for helping with the PSGS tournament. Shout out.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have to say, we're gonna come back next season. We're gonna purify whatever league we're in. We're gonna go in with fucking the same 5 players and come out the same 5 players for the most part. And it's gonna be a fucking blast, and we're gonna be the best people in there, and hopefully we win.
Let's go.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
Fighting words from Kino.
MTL Dota forever. All right, peace. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Should I
good.
leave?
You're good. Absolutely.
All right.
Whatever you want to do. Oh my god.
Peace, bounce, kisses.
That's Keto
Beautiful.
from MTL Forever Young. But yeah, that is the end of the stream. Turned a little bit into like a podcast moment right there, but that is all the content that we have for the Explorer Grand Finals. Getting through our roster again, we had Rusty here as our host panelist. Hungry Phoenix, Clippy, and then Fred Bug, our wonderful, wonderful panel, bringing you all the analysis and breakdowns of the draft in game. I was joined by Key. Always a pleasure to have her around. I've been Licky the Cow, and I hope you all have enjoyed the Dota tonight, and hope you all have a great rest of the night. I believe there are some series still happening, so keep an eye out for those. Make sure to show them some love.
Golf Monday.
Oh, Golf Monday, that is true. Golf Monday. Facing it out in a best of 5. Go either show them some love or trash them, whichever the one
You should trash them.
is
Head
your
over
preference.
to twitch.tv/ErtYurt1 to see Golf Monday versus the Papegas and other grand finals going on tonight. Best of 5 might be going late into the night, so prepare. Get your caffeine if needed. Get ready for an exciting series.
And tell them the Clippy sent you.
Tell them the Clippy sent you. And with that, we're off. Have a great night. Enjoy your time, everyone.